Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. That's all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. Hashem meaning in the name, and Yahweh Shai being the name of the only begotten Son. Also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful light regions word of truth and sincerity. With the brothers of the Great Millstone Arizona camp, Lord will, with another video, another week to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, the so-called Edomites, right? Ruling structure of this world today, right? And usher in the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. For the world, he calls Jesus, right? The true name of the Lord is Yahweh Shai, but ultimately, you know, there's been a whole bunch more information coming out about how Esau's violent ill dealings are coming over to the surface, man. Right? Hey, give me that make Esau bear.
Shall make Esau bear.
Right? Or no, it's the give me the other one. Yeah.
Jeremiah.
Uncover their skirt. That's the one, right?
47.
Yeah, get that one. Because more and more stuff is coming about this devil's fucking dealings, man. You had one of the elders in New York put out a video today or last night talking about sundown towns, right? And I had never heard of those. I knew it was like places where you couldn't be at sundown with Edomites, but I didn't know it had a term. They had actual laws put in place to where they had a movie clip of these three Jakes. You know what I'm talking about?
I know in that car, and they was trying to get to the other. They was trying to get to the other city before the sundown. The cops pulled them over.
Yeah. And that them cops were just setting them up. So because it was by law, they were able to lynch a nigga. Go ahead.
There's a place called Vader, Texas.
Yeah,
That's actually real. They'll tell you, even truckers and whatnot, they'll tell you, make sure you get through there before the sun comes down. Because if the sun go down and you're in Vader, Texas, that's your behind, basically.
You see? This is Esau's dealings around the fucking world. They always sitting there putting the fucking whip to Jake, man. Always. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say, and that's why it's a conflict between you niggas, man. Right, between us and you niggas. And the reason why is because you still got Edomites that show their hatred this many years later, but yet you would rather show your hatred towards your own people. And I realize that, like the brother said, and it's because you're from the South, it's a bunch of places like that.
Yep.
Man. You go to Alabama, you go to Mississippi, right? Certain parts of Jackson,
Georgia,
Mississippi, all that shit, man. Where these Edomites live like that still to this day, but yet you niggas would rather argue and kill your neighbor than point out and go against the real enemy, man. Here it is that you drive through a city and they catch you there at the sundown and they'll do something bad to you, man. That's the fucking enemy. It ain't us that's the enemy, man. You know, but again, to go back to the curses, but then again, that's why we say fuck you niggas, man. Because you niggas rather have it that way, right? Here it is, you big and bad against your own brother, but when it comes to the real enemy, you submit to the so-called white man, man.
Yep.
You know, that's you niggas' problem, man.
You got Israelites, man, in the truth, you know, or that they're supposed to be in the truth, saying that they don't hate Esau, man. You know, saying that the Most High hates Esau, that they're cool with it. And the only reason that they teach against this is because the scriptures. But that dude from IUIC, you really saw that. He was like, he basically said, I don't have no hatred towards white people after all the shit that they done to us. You see, and that's the mindset that has hold upon our people, man. That they don't want to let go of.
Yo, but it's important to be but it's important to be of the same mind as the Lord, man. You know, just it's just how Yahweh Shai put it. He said he plus his father are one, man. You know, you have to be on one accord, man. You know, that's how a great kingdom, you know, comes about, is by everyone being you know, being together on everything, man. On every level, man. You know?
Hey, let me read this article real quick. It says the family of Raheem Carter, a black man found dead in Mississippi, alleges he was murdered. Here's what we know. CNN, the family of black man found dead in Mississippi last year is calling for a more thoroughly investigation into his disappearance and death, alleging he was murdered after he told his mother he was being followed by white men and trucks. What we have is a Mississippi lynching. Benjamin Crump a high-profile civil rights attorney and lawyer for Raheem Carter family, said at a news conference Monday, Crump told reporters as autopsy by the state medical examiner office found Carter's body had been dismembered.
My goodness.
The autopsy did not specify dismemberment, but noted the remains contained about 24 bones, as well as the smaller bone fragments that were found across 2 acres.
A modern day fucking picnic.
That's what they did. They killed this boy. They hung him. Then they took his ass down off a tree and cut him up.
Mm-hmm.
Then they scattered his body in all different places where they killed him.
Hey, doesn't the scripture say, "What me eat, you beat my people to pieces"?
And this is another problem with Jake, man. Is Jake too comfortable, not knowing that he's still in the land of his captivity?
Mm-hmm.
The scripture says, "For we are yet this day in captivity." See, as long as Esau have given Jake jobs, money to work for, he could be rich, he could buy big houses, he could be on TV, he could be in the movies. Jake gets comfortable, not knowing that you have these Edomites out here that's thinking on things to do unto you, man, and evil ways, and they're doing it. They're still lynching you, and anytime they get a chance to, they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Anytime they get a chance to cut you up in pieces, they're gonna do it, because that spirit is in them. The scripture says the spirit that is lifted up in them is not upright, man.
Just because you got Jake and Esau in a fucking movie, don't think that shit is sweet, man.
It ain't sweet. Hey, a lot of them that be acting together, them Edomites be hating having to act with them niggas, man.
That the dude off the ticket.
Yeah.
He sat there and told them in an interview.
His daughter got raped by a black man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then he said, I wanted to get in my car, drive around, find any black person that I could see and kill them.
Yep.
That's what he said in the interview, man.
That's these devil spirit, man. So you sitting there, look, you dealing with a fucking demon, bro.
Well, he would have had the same type of mindset against another so-called white person.
Nah. He would have to start that search in his house. Right?
And that's why you have Ezekiel 35 verse 5. He has a perpetual hatred.
Grab that, man.
Let me get that.
Man, because you gotta understand that in the last days, the Lord is showing us everything about this devil, right? Really, the scriptures tell you, make you ready to the battle. This is part of being made ready to the battle, man. But niggas are worried about Pride Month, man. These Edomites, the so-called white men, according to the scriptures, are gonna religiously kill niggas, and they always have, man.
Like the 2 and 10.
Yep.
This is not your rest.
Give me that one first. You got that the Isaiah?
That's why the scriptures tell
I'll
Jake.
cover the blade.
That's why the scriptures tell Jake to be vigilant, man. You have to be vigilant. You have to be aware of the people that you're around, especially when you're dealing in like Mississippi and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
You
Show
in the
them.
South, man. You in the South, them people out there, man, they still want to shoot niggas in slavery.
There's a lot of sundown towns. There's a lot of sundown towns on the West Coast and the North too. People think it's just all segregated to the fucking South and shit, but really that shit's everywhere, man.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Colorado Springs, parts in Colorado Springs, they don't let niggas go in there. I remember that TV show Mr. Cooper. He was in Colorado Springs, and the fucking Edomite came up to him and was like, "What are you doing here? You got a room here?" This nigga has enough money to be here. He can't even sit in the lobby of the place that he's already paying for.
But it's like, why do you niggas want to be around them anyway?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to be around your damn enemy, and your enemy is telling you that they don't want to be around y'all? It's like Esau is constantly telling you niggas don't come to this neighborhood, and then the first thing you niggas do is get bold and brave and go move your dumb ass in the neighborhood where they told your ass not to come to. Yeah. And then here your damn 12, 15-year-old son is hanging on a damn tree somewhere. Why? Because they told your dumb ass not to be over there to begin with. Why do you want to be so close to your damn enemy? It makes no sense. Yeah. These niggas get on an interview and tell you straight the fuck up. They'll call you a nigger on live. On live, they'll call you niggas, man. And you niggas will still be like, oh, well, he didn't mean it that way. He was just trying to give an explanation. You niggas are always trying to give leeway to these devils, man. You always trying to give leeway to these people that hate your fucking guts. Yeah. They hate you and they showing it every day. You niggas still want to, let me get up over here with my enemy and shit. And then the motherfucker stab you in the back like the Lord told you would. And your ass turn around, now you all hurt and shit. I ain't think you would have never did that, but I still don't think white people are evil. Y'all niggas got real problems up here. You
got real problems up here because you giving all of this shit. Like the scriptures tell you, a gift destroyeth the heart.
Yeah.
Y'all letting shit that Esau give y'all destroy y'all minds and making y'all believe that y'all can have equality with these devils that hate your ass, man.
Get your precept. Give me that one, and give me the one I put up there.
This is Psalms 55 and 21. And so it reads, it says the words of his mouth.
Hey, look what happened when we walked in an angel's trumpet last week.
Oh, yeah.
That dude that was sitting at the corner was staring us down, man. I told the brother, man, I wish I could go and whoop his motherfucking ass. But we gotta be cool, man.
Yep.
We gotta be calm, cool, and collective. He was staring at us like, what you niggas doing in here? Look, nigga, we don't want to be in there, but we want to eat shit.
Mm-hmm.
Won't you get the fuck out?
How much
We
it
ain't
costs?
come up in here because your ass is in here.
Just how much it costs to turn one of them white
Came
home
got
fries
them
into
wings.
nigga
Right.
fries. That's all I was there for.
Even the bartender had a problem, man. I kept seeing the bartender staring us down, man. He kept staring us down. Like, why are these niggas in here? And I would say we was the only ones in there. We was the only dark-skinned people in there, man.
Yep.
Why is these niggas in here? Jake can't go no goddamn place. Even if Jake was to build something of his own, you motherfuckers would come in and start getting all comfortable and warm in our shit, man.
Yep.
Look what happens when they set up Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Then you have white people join, Chinese people all up in that motherfucker. You had everybody in that motherfucker, but the whole title of it was Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. And then what did they start to equate you to?
The minute Jake started to do some shit, Jake creates something that's called these lesbian bitches create Black Lives Matter. Jake do some inventions and all that shit, and motherfuckers come up in there and take that shit from Jake. Jake can't have shit, but at the same time, they'll sit up there and tell Jake, why don't y'all go build your own shit somewhere else in America?
Pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
Then the first thing Jake get to building some shit of his own, y'all take it and destroy it, man.
Right.
Jake can't build shit here, man.
See
Jake
what
can't
happened in
have a
Tulsa,
store of his
Oklahoma.
own. Because if Jake have a store of his own, then you got motherfuckers going up in there and robbing shit. And you can't never know if they're black or white because now these white ass devils have created masking shit that they're showing on TikTok, showing themselves to be black people, man.
Yep.
So they go up in there and they start killing motherfuckers, and then on the news is showing you a black dude, actually a white dude disguised as a black dude. So Jake can't have shit to himself.
Nope. Which proof goes into that too. Look what happened to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Rosewood.
But it's a lot of
A lot of them.
Rosewood too. But it's a lot. All of these
That was
lakes,
Punch Bowl.
these man-made lakes
Yep.
and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of them were built on. It's a video that came out. Majority of them were built on so-called black cities, man.
Yep.
You know, and like the brother is saying, that whole segregation shit that was perfect for Jake, because we had our own restaurants, we had
On
our
bank,
own
everything.
Martin Luther. It wasn't until Martin Luther
No
King.
seasoned chicken.
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't until Martin Luther King came and said that he want blacks to join with whites.
Mm-hmm.
See, and niggas started having that movement, but you see what was happening when niggas was marching. Look what happened when they was marching down Selma. Niggas was getting snatched up, signs being thrown at them, rocks being thrown at them.
Dogs
White
bit-
people were
Water
showing
and
dogs.
shit.
Yeah,
Dogs.
dogs was biting them, all kind of shit, man. It was better. Now you go to back then if you went to and even they do it now. But if Jake went to a white only restaurant, they were spitting in the food,
Yep.
dropping it on the ground, doing all kind of shit for what? We don't want to be equal to them. Really, biblically, they're not equal to us, man.
Yep.
You know, it was better when our shit was segregated, man.
Yeah. Jake had it, man. Black Wall Street, all that shit. Jake had their own banks, had their own homes, buildings, and the shit was prosperous. Then these devils went up in there as the devils they are and burnt it all down and killed thousands of Jakes.
That nigga remember those days.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Then they turn around and say, then they tell you the same thing to go build your own shit. But the minute you do, you build your own shit, then they find an excuse to say, oh, man, are you guys racist?
Yeah.
They have interviews about it. Jake go try to do his own shit, and your ass is getting pulled back in this mess with these Edomites, man.
They call it reverse racism.
Right.
They try to make you the villain because you're doing the same shit they were doing.
Yep. The reason why they bombed Selma or Black Wall Street, not Selma, Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
is because they said a so-called black Jake whistled a cat called a white woman, man. You know, and then guess what? Your first terrorists were so-called white men that bombed Tulsa, Oklahoma, man. So that goes to show you what the hatred of this devil is evident, man, and it has it's in their children. It's going to be in their children's children, and it's going to be in their children's children. But the Lord visits every generation, man.
You had that one little girl at the park It was a little Jew. She had a little daughter at the park. There was a video on it a while back. She had a daughter at the park. Little so-called white girl came up, sat next to her, wanted to play. She called the little black girl a nigger, man. So like the brother said, man, it's gonna be in your children, children, because the Most High put the spirit in them to hate you, man.
Hey, calm, bro. You know, but that's why the scriptures say to prepare slaughter for his children.
Isaiah 14:21.
For the iniquity of their fathers, man.
Hey, give me that one, Kyle.
This is going to be Ezekiel 35:5. Let me get it. And it says, once again, Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
See, that perpetual hatred caused this nigga to relentlessly slave Jake. Right? He's been on a mission that since the Lord gave him that reign in his earth, he's been on a mission and he's been fulfilling his every pleasure on you. Right? Days more than my father at hand, and then will I say my brother Jacob, these devils have kept that. Right? When you go into the upper elite, I'm pretty sure they reveal that mission right to their kids. You see this? It's written right here in the Bible. It's your God-given right. That's what they do, man. Yeah, they stole it. They stuck with ours. Now look what we got. Everybody hates us. We don't have shit. We gotta walk in silence. They talk to each other like that, man. The scriptures tell you they encourage themselves in the evil matter, man. They teach this shit to their kids, man. And the ones that don't have the knowledge enough to know that they're Edomites, right? It's just bred in them. They know instinctively, hey, fuck them niggas, man.
Second nature.
And that's what they say, they leave their substance to their children. That's just not physical riches, but the riches of wisdom and all that, man, that they acquired for generation after generation. You know, they got history going back to, they got great grandpas that wrote everything down, and they could go into that history, man. And basically, you know, they feed into that same spirit that the forefathers are under, man. Which is to hate Jake.
I didn't eat my chick, man. Well, I don't know if she eat them, but her mama was definitely eat them. She was German. But her mom's dad, they got in trouble when they were little for watching the Cosby's, man. Because her mom and dad was like, turn the TV or they're gonna stain my TV.
Man.
Yeah. And that was a joke that they had, but they really got in trouble for her mom. Her mom got in trouble for watching the Cosby's. So if that's going on, and that's some shit that I ran into, right? If that's going on out here, just imagine what's going on, even to this day, man. You know? Yeah, I was, everywhere we went, they was like, man, all the white people get mad at that. They're like, damn, why you with him? You know, why you with him? You know why she with him. You know why she with him.
This devil's perpetual hatred just causes him to slave Jake. And you got to understand that in these last days, man. Right? How come the entire world understands that? Because every single time they want to make a rebuttal to Esau's virtue signaling, acting like they're the sense of morality and justice in the world, they use you niggas as a junk ball. So everybody in the world, all these other countries know that these devils are demons to you, but you, Jake, man. They had a right to feed acting like, oh, racism isn't a thing. That's just crazy. You stupid nigga, you.
You got the Filipino president, he's talking about it. You got different presidents. Once America tries to say, oh, your human rights, you have violations and things of that nature, they'll throw that back at America. Like, nah, you look at what you did to the so-called blacks out there, man. Where you're
Putin said that.
them, killing them. What about all that? You see, and America really can't say shit.
Can't say shit. Go ahead. Read that.
This is Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had ended.
You see? What are you reading? That's Ezekiel.
Ezekiel 35:5.
That's it. These devils poured on the force of the sword. They kept doing it to us, man. It was always in them. You know what? They woke up every morning and said, man, I want to kill niggas. Right? That's exactly how the time of slavery was. They woke up every morning and they looked out their window. They said, niggas working. They said, somebody got to die today. That's how they wake up, man.
For real, bro.
Yep.
Fuck.
Go ahead, bro.
I got one because it backs up what the brother said, because it said on the day of their calamity. You see, when we were at our lowest, these Edomites came up in the land, man, and when the Chaldeans were fucking us up, they helped forward the affliction, man. You know, they helped the seal the path and things of that nature, man, so we couldn't escape because the Edomites knew the land. You know, they were our southern neighbors.
Yep.
You So I'll get this real quick in 1 Ezra 4:45. Now also has vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees. You see, so when these Babylonians went in there and took us down, the Edomites always had a benefit of us going down, man, because now they took over, maybe our riches. They looted our land. Just like Titus did when he came into 70 AD, man. Yeah. He pillaged and he took the riches, and there's the history is that with those riches they built the Colosseum.
Right. The Edomites said raise up to the
Foundation of the earth.
For you to sit here and see a people just literally getting decimated and saying, hey, let's make sure that none of them escape. You gotta be a real fucking devil, bro. Yeah. You gotta have real fucking hatred to look at somebody who's supposed to be your brother. The scriptures tell you. We were supposed to be their brother, man. Right? But he broke that what? Brotherly covenant?
Covenant.
Yeah.
This is Amos 1:11. It says, I'll run it from 9. It says, for Amos 1:9, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they deliver up the whole captivity to Edom, and remember not the brotherly covenant. Yeah. But I will send a fire on the walls of Tyrus, which shall devour the palaces thereof. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions against Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
See, even if you only mess up 3 or 4 times, the Lord said, you know what? I'm not going to let any of it slide. Right? The scriptures tell you if there be one stiff neck among the people, it's a marvel if he go unpunished. You devils are going to catch what you dished out is what you're going to have to take, man. Right? But double. Scriptures tell you double. And when you go into the word double in that scripture, in Revelation, it really just goes into manifold, man. So however the Lord fits it, where you devils are going to get paid back for what? Buck breaking, the derby dose, slavery, right? Jim Crow laws, sharecropping. However it is, and all the shit you did to the Northern Kingdom, right? The so-called Latinos, man. However it is that the Lord works it out for you devils to pay, you're going to get it.
So it says, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually.
See, his anger did tear perpetually. He don't stop. This nigga is the Diddy of fucking wickedness, man. Bad boys, we don't stop. That's that nigga, man. He's sitting there just like that every morning, right? You sit when you really go into it, man. You can look up videos on those the towns I talked about earlier, man. Look up the videos on those sundown towns, bro. Little documentaries, bro. They're everywhere, every fucking where. There's places in California. Found out today. There's places in California, Seattle, Colorado. And I've been through Colorado playing football and shit. Going through one of them little Mormon towns. That's a sundown fucking place, bro. The Mormon towns are sundown fucking places, bro. I ain't never saw so many fucking saltless niggas, saltless Edomites calling you a nigga just for playing football, bro. And all of them are supposed to be these older now people, man.
Well, they got that movie, I don't know if you guys watched it, the Green Book. No. I think it's called Green Book. It's basically that dude, Muhammad, the lead, and Jake that he basically plays a character in there, and there's this Italian that's driving him around the country, and he basically has to have this book that basically guides him where he could sleep, where he cannot sleep.
Oh, I've seen that.
Or what times he could be in this city and what times he couldn't.
Yeah.
It was like a manual. I'll find out.
Yeah.
That's on Netflix.
Yeah, recently you even
called
had
Green Book, right?
I think so.
John Gotti's granddaughter, right? Because Mayweather just fought John Gotti III or whatever, and they, Italian mafia and all that shit, right? But she had made racial slurs, to Mayweather's daughter's baby daddy, which is NBA YoungBoy, right? But she made racial slurs, man, which goes to show you that this racial thing is still here today, and that's really Jake. Then got confused with gang banging. They then got confused with all the Black Panther Party and all this shit, right? And they came against each other, man. But what you don't realize is that, like the brother said earlier, a gift destroyed the heart, man. Because here it is that you're able to make money. Because what Jake do, they compare now and to back then.
Yeah, I can make my own money.
You know, Jake compare. Yeah, exactly. Jake compare now to back then. Well, we ain't doing as bad as we was. But look, scripture say they helped forward the affliction. We shouldn't have been treated that bad anyway, man.
You know what's crazy? It's like Jake will say shit like that. I want to go back to the scripture, but Jake will say shit like that and act like it's better now, where these Edomites lost slaves and they were able to sit here and recoup a whole 2-3 years worth of wages from the insurance companies that they had to insure the slaves. Reparations for having to lose them. But let them talk about reparations too long. Them when Jake was talking about reparations back in the day, there were fucking fights that happened. Esau would roll into towns with Jake's and just go fucking ballistic. So you niggas, man, you real confused, man. You're real confused. The Lord sees this shit. If the Lord don't fuck with him, why the fuck do you?
What was that secretary that said the next black Messiah will be created by us, basically?
Oh, that was the FBI.
That was the FBI director, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically what that meant was that any leader that comes to them will be basically manipulated by us.
Yep.
And they ain't gonna have a true leader, you know. And that's why those scriptures ultimately say that He has set forth the apostles for the last days, right?
Yep.
Because now the Lord has set forth the true leaders of Israel that are giving you the true path, you know, the true pastures, you know, like it says in Jeremiah. Oh, but I got that book. It was called the Negro Motorist Green Book. Also, the Negro Motorist Green Book, or simply the Green Book, was an annual guidebook for African American road trippers. It was originated and published by African American New York City postal worker Victor Hugo Green from 1936 to 1966 during the era of the Jim Crow laws, when open and often legally prescribed discrimination against African Americans, especially and other non-whites, was widespread.
Now tell me when this happens, the small hatters. Tell me when the small hatters ever had to worry about when the sun goes down, all hell's breaking loose. What the scriptures tell you, when it is night, you should hope that it is day. And when it is day, you should say when it's gonna be night. That's Jake's fucking reality.
Check it out right here. So it says African American travelers face hardships such as white-owned businesses refusing to serve them or repair their vehicles, being refused accommodations or food by white-owned hotels, and threats of physical violence and forcible expulsion from whites-only sundown towns. Green founded and published the Green Book to avoid such problems.
And just imagine, man. Just imagine trying to make something of yourself and you can't because you're prevented from doing it every which way around, man. You can't do it because you was always disbanded, disowned, or probably damn near beat the fuck up, but close to being killed because you're trying to do something for yourself, man.
Man, if Esau catch you on the border, you think he's gonna say, "Oh, fair game, you made it just in time, buddy." You went, no, they'll drag you across the state line where they need you to be, so that they be justified in killing you. They be like, and they'll sit here and when the cops come out, and they be like, "Oh, yup, he was past the line. Chuck it off. It was legal." This is how these devils do it, man. They always find a way to twist the law, bro.
See, what's wrong with Jake today, man, is that because it's not as hard as it was then, y'all believe that because you're not really going through something like that then, that now, you know, white people have become better. They become better people. They're not better people, man. It's just that now the crime that is committed has now become worse on them if they do commit it.
Yeah.
But a lot of times they still try to find a way to get to escape from that, man. And they will have people work within those facilities that can help them escape from it. But if they can't escape from it because now it's been videotaped, now it's proof, now they have no choice but to punish them. You gotta understand, even a lot of shit that these white cops do, if they'll be able to get away with it if there weren't video cameras.
Yep.
If video cameras did not exist, these white cops would still be getting away with a lot of shit that they do to you niggas, man.
Even with the cameras, they're getting away with it. In some cases, they don't get indicted, man. They might go through the trial and shit, but they might get like a slap in the wrist, maybe a few years, compared to what Jake gets when killing someone, man. I got a quick one. Go ahead. Just to back up what we're saying. 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also, be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. You know, that basically sums up what we see with these Edomites, man, what they're doing. You know, they give these appearance of being holier than thou, but in reality, they're wicked and evil, man. They're just deceiving the whole world because that's their blessing. You know? You want that Ecclesiasticus?
Yeah.
Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
See, never trust your enemies, for as iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man. You can do whatever the fuck you want to iron. If you ever had a cast iron pan, let you one time not fucking hold that thing up, bring it up to temperature, man. That thing's gonna have rust. So all it takes is one little lapse in judgment. One little lapse in judgment, man. You're gonna see that nigga's wickedness is still there, man. It's a sure as shit thing, man. Iron rust. That's a sure as shit thing, man.
They show it every day, man. They show that wickedness every day. That spirit within them is being shown every day because it's all on social media, it's all on YouTube, it's all on Instagram, it's on the news.
Yep.
You know, they be airing out their own damn people on the news. And what are you Jakes are doing, man? You don't care. As long as you get in that bag, man, that's all that matters.
Get into the bag.
As long as you get into the bag, you don't really give a damn about what's happening with people at all.
You need the paper with white face on it.
Right.
That's all y'all care about.
Well, Weekend said it was his God.
It's like rust. Rust, once it gets into metal, man, you gotta cut it out. You can't repair that shit. You just gotta cut it completely off and fix it with like some sheet metal after that.
Yeah.
You know, because that shit's done. It's eating up the molecule, you know, hold up of that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what Esau's likened unto, something that has to just completely be cut off.
It's, Jeremiah 50 and 7, it says, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh.
You see, that's what they say. When Jake was put to death, we didn't do nothing. Right here it is. You can go to. There's a book called 100 Years of Lynching. Oh well, I want to invest some money and get that book, but in that book you had so many Edomites sit here and rape Edomite girls and then just blame it on a nigga. The first one they see, oh, I saw it was a nigga who was in that direction. He ran off. I know it's him. And then that same Edomite gets arrested for the same charge a little while later. You think those Edomites that sat here and lynched that Jake had a? You think those Edomites sat there and had a reflection? Oh man,
Hey,
can't believe we killed that black man for this.
When the black dude, when the black dude was in the courtroom, they was calling him all type of racial slurs and everything, man. And when they found out that the dude actually did it, they didn't fucking repent for any of that shit, man. They didn't give a damn about his black ass dying.
Donald Trump with the little New York boys that went in Central Park 5. He said they should be fucking thrown under the prison.
That movie put tears in your eyes, man.
Did that when they got exonerated under him, right? They got exonerated of those charges under Trump.
Yeah.
Did Trump come about and say I was wrong for my statements?
They wanted to put him to death.
Bro, you see that?
Yeah, they got that movie with Samuel L. Jackson, right? I think it's called Righteous Kill, where he kills them crackers because I guess they had raped his daughter. Well, the way that the attorney got them to get those people, the white boys, indicted, was he basically told them the story and pretended that the black girl was actually a white girl, man. You know, and that basically played in the emotions of the people. He told them, close your eyes, now imagine it was a white girl. You get me? He explained everything, and you see that goes to show what these Edomites think of you, man. The only reason those men, and it's fictional, but you know, it still paints the point that they hate your ass.
It's
man.
not even fictional.
Is it real?
The movie's fictional, but the story is legitimate. It's a
they
natural,
still-
everyday story, bro.
They still count niggas as what, 3/5 of the person?
Yeah.
So to them, you still nothing but a damn animal, man, that needs to be slaughtered. That's it. Shit. They used to have you niggas as cattle, man. They used to have you niggas as cattle, and they used to force Jake, man, to have sex with multiple women, regardless of not if it was his mother or sister.
Yeah.
That's why you have that saying that when people say motherfucker, it's because they used to force Jake to fuck his own mother, man.
Because they wanted a dumbed down slave that was just big and strong. That's why they did it.
The strong slaves.
They didn't want no intelligence. They just wanted a farm tool in the form of a man.
You niggas was counted as cows, man.
They branded you too. Especially
Yep.
if you ran away, they would brand you, put an R on your face. You know?
They showed that in Django.
Mm-hmm.
And they branded him as a runner.
This is Jeremiah 50:7. It says, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, and the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their father.
And they still branding you niggas today, man. Using what they call now the computer and your background information. They still branding you niggas today, man. All they gotta do now is look up your damn criminal history. They can see your history on a damn license plate.
Yep.
All they gotta do is pull up behind it, your name and everything comes up. Yeah.
Keep going. Read one more time. A little purple.
It's Jeremiah 50:7. It says, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their father.
And they still do that shit. We offend not shit today because every time they talk about black violence, what do they say? Well, what about them niggas in Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Every time. What about them niggas in Chicago?
Every time.
Are the police killing them? And they're killing each other. So they sit there and do that shit today, bro. You gotta understand who the fuck you dealing with, man. How in the hell do you use a crime from somebody else to justify your own fucking crimes, man?
This is Psalm 73 and 8.
And they do that shit every time, man.
Yep.
Every time they're in an interview and somebody talking about all the wickedness that they committed towards the so-called black people,
And you niggas
they'll point finger like a damn child.
And you niggas in Chicago will sit there and still glorify the fact that y'all have the murder capital of the world.
Them niggas glorify that, man. They glorify that. Even in New Orleans, they glorify it, man. Yeah, we the murder capital, nigga. But you're the murder capital of your own damn people. That's who you murdering. Because that's who's showing up on the news when they loading the damn trucks up with bodies.
Yep.
It's black bodies, man. So you're the murder capital of your damn self. You're not murdering anybody else. You ain't out there murdering white people.
Yep.
You ain't out there murdering the Chinese and the Japanese when they come down here.
Yep.
You ain't murdering the Arabs in the stores. You're murdering your own damn people. So you're the murder capital of your own damn people.
Yeah, man.
That makes you less
nobody
than a
kills us
coward.
like we kill us.
Hey, that makes you less than a coward, man. You know, you niggas is, hey, I hate niggas like that, man. Niggas, you can't even go down the street without a nigga where you from or this and that and blase, and this, and it be over shit that really can be talked about. Like, bro, it's because of what? Because I looked at you funny. All right, you know what I mean? Like that's why you blow a nigga away because he looked at you funny.
Nigga, where you from, nigga? What does it fucking matter where I'm from?
Nigga, my mama got the same issues your mama got, nigga. My daddy got the same issues your daddy got, nigga. There's the reason why we live down the street from each other, and the reason why we live in the hoods, man. Right? I didn't get nothing when niggas celebrate Christmas. I ain't getting nothing for Christmas. You ain't getting nothing for Christmas.
These niggas be robbing niggas that don't got nothing. Yeah. How are you robbing it? This nigga, you go rob a nigga that got a Hellcat. This nigga's late on his motherfucking, he's late on his car note. You gonna go rob a nigga that's late on his car note.
She gonna get taken anyway.
and it still get told.
It get told.
Then you had it for 2 weeks and it still got told, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
These niggas is stupid.
This is Psalm 73 and 8.
Broke ass.
They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily.
See, these devils are corrupt, speak wickedly concerning oppression, man. That's why they'll justly justify anything they do to Jakes, man. That sounds like a fucking enemy, right? This is something that has to be outlined, man, because you have Christians sitting there acting like everybody's supposed to love one another. But then you have an anomaly, I can't even fucking say it. Anomaly. There you go. Anomaly in the equation, which is Esau. How the fuck do you love everybody and Esau's here? And you can see his works and his deeds in the earth, and they're all against you. The majority of this devil's works is all against you. When he goes to these other places, every time he enslaves somebody, it's y'all.
Hey, because why didn't he do it to the Arabs?
Exactly.
Why didn't he do it to the Indians, Dot and Feather? Why he didn't do it to Moab? Right? Why he didn't do it to Ammon? Right? He specifically targeted the Israelites, man. Because that's been the play from the whole time. Just like when you get into Psalms 83, Right? It says what? The heathen are confederate against us, man. They said what? They look to take away our name. You know what you got to do to a people to take away their name?
Bro, that's a coordinated plan.
You got to genocide them out.
That is a 15, 20-year plan to take away somebody's name.
Jake don't want to hear history though, bro. That's the problem. Your history is in the scriptures.
Yep.
Once you understand the complex history that we have with all these other nations, you come to understand the times that we're living in, and you comprehend that these motherfuckers have nothing good in store for you, man. They're opposite to anything that you represent, because we got the next rulership. So all these nations, man, you got China out there want to be the next rulers, man. You got Russia being the next ruler. So you think that they're gonna help our cause? They're not, man. The Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is gonna feed our cause.
And a good point the brother said. He said Jake don't want to know history. Anytime these devils come out with a slavery movie, the theaters are only filled with white people. You don't see Jake in there, man. Jake is at the club, he partying. He ain't worrying about what these so-called white people be doing. Why is the theaters filled with so-called white people watching you niggas being enslaved and being lynched?
Because they miss it.
Because they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because that's their fantasy, is to watch you niggas die, to watch you get suffer, to watch you niggas being lynched, to watch you suffering while you dangling and your feet just tangling in the damn air, man. They enjoy that shit.
Yep. That's why that HBO show Cracker never came out.
Yeah.
Because they knew Jake was gonna look at that and feel empowered, just like Esau watches those slavery movies and feels empowered. They start feeling good about themselves. They start saying in their mind, I don't care how many basketball these niggas dunk, I'll put your ass in chains again. That's their fucking mindset. So realize who you're fucking dealing with, man. Realize who you're dealing with. Because you're gonna, if you don't realize it now, you're gonna realize it late.
I mean, what
the devils will come down.
Because what these niggas can do, you niggas ain't a unity. Yeah. You ain't in a unity. You're not together. You're divided. Esau kills you, and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
The only reason why the protest was going on for the George Floyd thing, because that was set up.
Yep.
That was for them lesbian bitches to get rich. Because the minute that nigga died, they got rich. Y'all asses was out here destroying shit.
Bro.
It wasn't a unity then. Because you niggas don't know how to you don't know how to unify for shit.
You know to destroy.
To unify. How the fuck people gonna unify? You don't even know how to stick together in your own homes.
Right.
Yeah.
Families are against each other in the homes and shit.
Right.
Mothers are against the father. The mothers are against the kids.
Right.
The kids are out here shaking their asses and going to parties and clubbing, saying fuck my mom and dad. You niggas ain't even a union at home, but you try to go and protest out in the streets and try to be a unity in the streets when this criminal ass George Floyd junkie dies and shit.
Yeah.
And then when you got together, you was a unity for everybody and shit. A lot of you niggas went from Black Lives Matter to All Lives Matter.
No agreement on the standard.
A lot of you niggas, these niggas converted to something entirely different now.
No.
Oh, we're not saying all lives don't matter. We're saying Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter too.
Yep.
What the fuck? Nigga, you either about Black lives or you're not, nigga. Y'all crazy, man. God damn.
Y'all try to unite, but you won't come up with a standard to keep you united. That's the difference, man. Esau came up with a standard to keep them united, keep these niggas down.
Mm-hmm.
That was his standard. Keep these niggas down, man.
Yep.
Psalms 83rd chapter. Right? They became confederate with one consent. That was his thing. No matter what any of us do, make sure these niggas don't ever get out.
Yep.
Make sure them niggas never unify.
Yep.
Man, the Willie Lynch letters, man.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you how to break a nigga, man. It tells you what, put his wife against him.
Mm-hmm. Put the kids against him. Again. Yep.
Right? It issued confusion into our race, man. That's what it did, and that's how these slave masters were able to tame us, man.
Yep.
You know, but they were, like the brother said, they were all on the same plan. Man, I remember being a kid. I was like 10 years old, bro, and I played football, but I was the only Judite on the team. And we went up to Globe, Arizona. I don't know if brothers ever been to Globe, Arizona. Like it's man, right? We had a game in Globe, Arizona, and it was so cold. It was like frozen snakes all over the fucking ground. And keep in mind, I'm the only Judite in that cabin with these fucking, majority of them is devils. And the coach kept fucking with me with the dead snake, the frozen snake. His mouth was open. And then later on that night, one of the little Edomite kids called me a nigger, man. You know, and I like really started beating everybody ass and all that. And the coaches ran in there and kind of saved the day for them. But it goes to show you that we're 10, 9, 11, 8 years old, and these is what the kids is doing, man. So, but who do you think taught them that? Who do you think taught them that? The same motherfuckers that went in there and broke up the fights was the same one that taught them, because their dads were the coaches, man. So the same, what, you ain't supposed to say that in front of him. You ain't supposed to call him, and that's some shit we keep at the dinner table. We ain't supposed to say that, right? One of the other, I remember we was doing gases, man. I was tired of the motherfucker. And one of the dads from the, one of these Edomites dads was calling me a monkey and shit, man, because I was like bear crawling, but I was like tired, you know what I mean? He's like, look at the little monkey. Shit like that. But I go to show you, man, it don't matter what you are. That's why it says what? Happy is he that dashes their children against the stones, man. And scripture say what? That we should do according to his anger. Okay? Man, being in Miss Myers, man, being in 3rd grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, man, my teacher was racist. Right? And she ended up getting fired, man. You know what I mean? Because of that shit, man. But it goes to show you, Jake, even when he's small, he still go through it, man. He still go through it. But who's teaching these little devils this shit? Their people, parents. Man. Which goes to show you that they have a perpetual hatred. And then guess what? These little devils gonna teach their little devils the same shit, man.
They just like they caught the judge that was in her house. She was being audio recorded. She didn't even know. She was being audio recorded, watching the TV, calling you black ass niggas a bunch of niggas, man. She was like, look at these fucking niggers. Like, I can't stand niggas. Or like the damn white cop that was in the damn patrol car. And she was, I guess, chasing down a Jake or some shit like that. She called him a goddamn nigger, not even knowing her fucking body camera was on. So they're constantly showing you that they hate you niggas. So like the two white cops that stopped the Jakes, and they made the Jakes get out the car, and they was searching Jake's vehicle and shit. And the dude was like, because Jake's car was a little dirty, and he was like, these fucking dirty ass niggers. Like they show their hate shit, man. They hate you niggas, man. And you niggas really don't see it, man. But now they good white people. They good white people.
Oh, Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus ass niggas.
Yep. Ain't nothing like the white one. Ain't nothing like the white woman.
Smell like pledge lemon cleaner. Right? Go ahead and read that. Lord.
Thank God for the white man.
Thank God for the white man.
He came and rescued us from Africa.
Thank you, white
It's from the book of Isaiah 47 and verse 1, and it says, come down. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
The so-called white man do something good for Jake, and Jake throw his whole history out. Jake would throw the whole history out that this devil have done.
We good.
That's good. We good. Hey man, they good, man. I don't hate them. They good. We cool.
But that just proves the scriptures, that much further, because it gets destroyed at the heart, man. Completely destroys your whole way of thinking, man. Well, because you got this hatred, but then they do something, it's like, I guess, well, I guess I was just being, hateful, I guess.
Right,
yeah, be a basketball. I guess I can be appreciative. No, man.
Put some paper in my pocket with some faces on it. And now I'm rich.
I'm a district manager now.
Yeah.
I can go get that nice SUV.
So I'm the highest paid nigga at the corporation.
Until you're not. Until you're not.
The basketball dribbling niggas.
Yep.
That whole setup is plantation setup.
Yep.
These owners never even played basketball, man. Why the fuck what do they know about basketball? But they own you niggas. John Morant, right? You can't show a gun on social media, nigga, because your master gonna suspend your motherfucking ass, man.
Hey, college ball, man, they monitor to your social media, man. College ball, they do that shit.
Yep.
They can't
NFL.
put shit on a fucking social media in college. They
Niggas for life.
If it sounds questionable, run it through us.
Nigga, as long as you wear this jersey,
This
Memphis Grizzly jersey, you gonna abide by our motherfucking rules. And that's how they do it, man. Who's that? The Clippers owner, right? That goes to show you that. The Clippers owner, that girl, what's his name? Sterling, yeah.
Sterling, yeah.
Right. What? He said what? His girl, the little bitch he was paying for, exposed him, man. You know, about how racist he was, man. And they're all like that. Every single last, they all like that,
He
man.
was like, I give these niggas houses,
Man.
I give these niggas cars, I give these niggas shoes, and you out here fucking these niggers.
Yeah.
Hey, the dude that was on
Mel Gibson too.
Mel Gibson, he was like, you fucking these niggers.
Yep.
Because his wife was getting dicked down by Jake.
He told her, I hope you get AIDS for one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
He was like, I hope you get raped by a pack of niggers.
Yep.
No, she probably liked that.
Wouldn't you?
Hey,
Pack of niggers.
go back to the
like these cigarettes or something.
To the college ball thing. There's an episode of South Park where Cartman goes to I think it's a Colorado University, but I forgot the exact name. But so he walks into like the basically the head of the school and shit. So Cartman goes into his office and he looks at the pictures of the teams and shit. And so Cartman says, I believe he said, these are some mighty fine slaves you got here for this school. Bro, they put that shit right on TV.
Bro, I lived
And so then the head of the dude said, we do not have slaves here, we have athletes. But it's like, what's the difference, bro?
Right,
no
and
difference.
the dude Mel Gibson, right? You know, he made a movie with the black dude, man. They made like a sequel to the damn movie.
Oh, Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. What's the black dude name, man? I forget. But he made like multiple movies with him, man.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you that
Danny Glover.
Yeah, they could make movies together, but still hate you niggas, man.
He's just cool stuff.
That's why they call actors.
Yep.
Actor mean what? Hypocrite.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and finish our
Cause
stuff.
they can sit up there and you can be buddy all on a movie and shit, and he's at home like, man, I hate doing movies with that nigger, but I do it for the money.
I think Bruce Willis got some judgment on his ass because I think he's like paralyzed and shit. Like he got some brain eating.
Oh yeah, he has Alzheimer's or
Some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 47 and 1 again, and it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt."
Nah, it's an uncovered leg.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it gets to it. It says, "For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones."
And that tender, delicate time was when everybody thought he was the fucking face of morality. Everybody thought he was fucking this omnipotent fucking people where they could do no wrong. They were all about the justice of everybody. But these Edomites, these so-called white people, have never been the justice for anybody.
Nope.
Show me one people where these Edomites, these so-called white people, went to their land and it was peace. You can't.
Everywhere they
go, they start fucking everybody up, man.
They destroy, they kill, they rape, they murder, they pillage. That's what they do, man.
It is as death, man. The scripture says.
Yep, can't have to.
That's what they do.
Make sure I say that about
A
everybody.
lot of times they were getting their ass whipped by the
Right.
Yeah, they say,
They sneak on the plantation one National League.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
I'm the
Take a
copy
little drink
boss.
like me to the bar.
Yeah.
mean?
They go fake behind them bushes.
It's, Isaiah 47 and 2. It says, "Take the millstones,
He said, I'm the pappy.
thy meal, uncover." It says, "Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers."
See? Meaning, if you pull up a woman's dress, right, you uncover that, you exposing that bitch, bro.
Yep.
Right? You getting right down to the nitty and gritty. Let me see what you're working with, girl.
Mhm.
Is this some those fake little booty shorts that they got out there, or is it some real cake up back there? Well, that's what's happening, man. The Lord is uncovering this devil and everything. He's showing to everybody, right? And more, and the Lord is so cool that He's using the internet, and He's making these things go viral, right? And whatever goes viral in the U.S. is going viral in these other countries.
Yep.
So He makes this shit go viral to the point where everybody's looking at it like, damn, these white folks is fucking trash.
Yep.
Like, damn, they can't be cool with nobody. They fuck up the fun for everybody. Right? And now their kids are like, man, like we are fucked up. right? And they don't know how to deal with it because they go to school and they see these Jakes, and they see Jake can be cool. They see Jake can be cool. They chill. They got the most style. They listen to all our music and shit. So they get conflicted, and now their fucking minds are getting fucked up, right? And their parents are tired of seeing it because they see their kids are getting depressed because they keep seeing Grandpa in these new pictures that they never saw. Right, and he's always happy while somebody's hanging
in the tree.
Like,
Yep.
Burnt up.
Like Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Jones, yeah.
Why is Grandpa always so happy around fucking niggas burning him? Right? Are we pieces of shit, Mom?
Hey, that's like that white girl, man, on YouTube. She was like, I didn't even know my family had black slaves. She said I had to go. I went back to an old picture I got from she said my grandma and grandpa gave it to me and showed my great parents fucking lynching black people. She said I didn't know.
You see? And they keep those things as mementos, right? But these devils being exposed in these last days, and it's beautiful. Get your priest up, huh?
This is Habakkuk.
You see how fucked up because they glorified it.
Yep.
They got pictures and they take pictures as if they in a goddamn music video.
Smile on his
Yeah,
head.
smiling, yeah.
and shit.
Point at the
Fucking
Jake.
look like fucking Joker, man. Smile from ear to ear.
He saw in the caption on the old picture, I just caught a op.
Yeah.
And look though, even the kids though, they had in these picnic
Yeah,
pictures, man.
that little kids,
you got
little girls and
A
boys.
Jake could be like, man, it's a dead body right there, bro. I'm not finna stand. They getting around the dead body.
Yeah.
And point at it, look,
Hey,
put
you
their hands on the
can
head.
go in, if you look at the Red Summer, bro, them little Edomites was getting busy, bro.
Red Summer?
Yeah.
Red Summer, go ahead.
This was Habakkuk. Yeah, this was Habakkuk 2:16 because y'all saying what was happening. Thou art filled for shame, for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskins be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee.
See, the cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto you, man.
Mhm.
That right hand of judgment, that justice that comes, that same, hey, this cup that we have to drink is going to be forced onto you, devils, man. It's going to be placed right in front of you. Nigga. That's all you're going to hear. Ain't going to be told talking, you know what it is, man. Go ahead.
And it says, shameful spewing, and that's what's happening now, shall be upon, Slakia. Shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
I'm telling you, it's like, you know, these devils, every time they bring something up in the interview, their history comes back to bite them in the ass. And then now you got the Edomite dude sitting there in a chair like shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll sit up there and talk about a nation like what is that nation called that just banned the whole elder? Yeah, like that. They'll talk about them and try to shame them, or try to talk about another nation who's killing people and doing all these things, and then they would get brought up. Well, remember what you Edomites, you so-called white people was doing to black people and Native Americans and blah 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 blah. Then now they like, damn, like can we ever get past this? No, we ain't never getting past
Hell
it.
no.
They're still doing it.
Yep.
It's just a different form, man. They just like what do they call? They revamp it. Like they have companies and shit where they want to sit here and get a better image. Something bad gets found out. What do? They just rebrand.
That's why they want to do away with history. That's why they want to burn the history books. That's why they want to get rid of the Bible. That's why they want to do away with all of that.
Yep.
So all of their history stopped coming up on them.
Yeah, critical race theory.
It's a way how they got the land. That's really what they is embarrassed about. Cause look how you did it. Look what you did to Gadites, man. You gave them this. You didn't get shit honorable. You didn't go to war. You came with a smile on your face and a knife behind your back. You gave smallpox to the Native Americans. Then you killed them off.
And why they had bow and arrow, you had Gatling guns.
Gatling guns,
Yep.
man. So it wasn't even.
Hey, that movie Avatar, man, that shit hits on point, man.
Yep. The way you got it wasn't even honorable, man. It's really embarrassing. It's like, damn, like you motherfuckers were really cowards, man. How you got the land?
Weak.
And then when they were done fighting them like that, they got basically all the goodest lands. But they gave them liquor as a when they saw that liquor destroyed them, they gave them liquor as a form of trade. They let themselves drink themselves to fucking death.
Native Americans, man, they stay drinking.
Yep.
They addicted to that shit.
Yep.
This is Ecclesiasticus 41:5. The children of sinners are abominable children, and they there are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake. And that just goes into Esau to this day, man. And that's what it says right here, the children of sinners are abominable children. Because generation after generation, man, they continue in the deeds of their forefathers. They ain't changing, man. The Most High created them to be that evil spirit. What does that scripture say? Can the Ethiopian change his spots and lets that man of sin, to basically do good, man? Like in paraphrase.
You know what made crooked? Can it be made straight? Can't be made straight.
It says, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach.
Right, their posterity. It goes on to the posterity. It goes into basically their excellence, basically. Man. What esteems them among the people. That shit is having a reproach, man. That's why they were taking down all them statues, changing the names for all these military bases, right? Because all of it has a reproach. Oh, this guy was a slave owner. Oh, this guy was lynching niggas. Oh, this guy was he was known for using black slaves as test dummies for his medical field. Every fucking time you turn around, wherever these devils thought they were putting wherever you thought these devils had a good advancement for the world, it was always on the back of some wickedness.
Always, yep.
Not one invention that these devils had wasn't on the back of some type of wickedness. How do you think they know so much about syphilis? Well, they for 40 years, 40, 60 years, they were sitting there giving niggas syphilis and studying it, not telling them nothing.
It's a skeeky air, man.
So, yeah, it's actually
Them motherfuckers was having sex with pigs, and then they would rape Jake, man.
Yep.
And they give Jake a damn disease.
Oh, what's that show? The one on Amazon with the family that moved into a white neighborhood in California. They.
Is it? Yeah.
They. What happened in that show? Cats in a bag. Put the little Jake baby in the bag and started swinging around until he died. I think that's fucking unique to that storyline. No, that was actual something that probably happened. And these devils know, because these rich Edomites, man, they'll buy little old journals just so they can sit here and get into the past and try to live the old good southern path. Right? Don't go into that type of shit. Go ahead, man.
This is Ecclesiasticus 19:5. Whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned, but he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life. That just goes into what Esau does, man. He glories in wickedness. So that's like the brother said earlier. That cup that he gave to us to drink, he's gonna drink of it, but double. That cup is gonna flow over. It's gonna overflow the wrath that the Heavenly Father is gonna put on these Edomites. The Spirit Himself that the Lord's gonna give us, man, as a sharp threshing instrument. We're gonna get busy on you Edomites as well. That's right. The Lord's gonna give us some of that fun that He's gonna take upon Himself, like it says in Isaiah 63. The Lord. Hey, when the Lord get busy, He get busy, man.
Yeah. I'll grab this real quick.
It's gonna be a replica.
Just to prove, like, you devils couldn't go to, like we were saying earlier, you couldn't go to war. Like, really, with none of the tribes, or none of us, none of the children of Israel, but especially Gad. That's why you had to do certain shit, man, because Gad was skillful, man. The so-called Native Americans now, back then, they were warriors, man.
Mm-hmm.
They were skillful in fighting, man. This is 1 Chronicles 5:18.
Hey, if I may add to what you said, bro, there's the history goes into that. A lot of the times that the Spaniards were coming in, most of the time they were losing up to 60% of their troops fighting the people that were here, making war against them. Really, what got them was the disease.
Yep, disease in that damn Gatling gun, man, the Gatling gun. That was something Jake ain't never seen. What the fuck was that? But that shows you his blessing is the sword, man.
And they would attack the Native Americans at night, man, while they slept.
Yep.
They would throw fire on their huts, and when the Native Americans ran out of huts,
they'd shoot them.
And they would shoot them in the back. While they were carrying babies and shit, they would fall on the babies, and the babies would suffocate.
Because there was books that go into the appearance of those people, man. They were strong men. You get me? And the invaders, they physically take these people down. So they resorted to all those evil tactics and shit.
Well, look at the Aztecs, man. Aztecs they found a sword that was a normal man couldn't really pick up today. Man, really swing it properly, man. The Aztecs were huge, man. They were big warriors. All the tribes were, man. This is 1 Chronicles 5:18. It says the sons of Reuben and the Gadites, half of the tribe of Manasseh, of valiant men able to bear buckler and sword, and to shoot with bow, and skillful in war, were 440,703 score that went out to the war. So the northern tribes, right, that you came over here and did that, you had to do that, man. That's why you're ashamed of your history, because it wasn't like you were standing tall, you know, mano a mano with Jake. You know, you were doing what you had to do. You had to come with it. Y'all was getting y'all ass beat, like the brother was saying.
Yeah.
And you had to come out with a plan.
While Judah was enslaved and captive, the Native Americans were still fighting, man.
Yeah.
They were still at war with these devils while Jake was, you know, being whipped. And the Native Americans will come across Jake in slavery, man.
Hey, sometimes the Judites will run away to those different native tribes, bro, and that's where you get a lot of those real dark Gadites and shit. There's a lot of history going into that, man.
And they Esau used to hate when Jake would go to them, because Jake would go to them battles with ferocity, bro. I'm telling you, bro. They give Issachar, get him a little wife. Now they got something to fight for even more.
That's why they had to keep you niggas separated. Because the minute y'all came together,
that was
it
it.
was like a force to be reckoned with, man. They were a force to be reckoned with.
Hell, y'all couldn't even fucking, like, there's this movie. It's about the first Little League Mexican team.
I know what you're talking about.
That's a good movie,
I was going to
though.
mention that earlier on about the sundown.
Yeah.
It goes into it.
But in that movie, bro, Issachar fucking 5'3". Esau over there fucking 6 foot, beefy and bulky and shit. Issachar fucking beating his ass in the Little League. Won the whole shit. They was talking shit about him the whole time. Tried to sit there and get him kicked out. Little Issachar, right, fucking throwing all the pitches and shit, striking niggas out the whole
like
game.
The perfect game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's called, the perfect game. Yeah. Y'all can't compete, man. Y'all can't compete, no matter what size the Israelite is, man.
And Esau, man, he's very timid. He's very intimidated by Jake.
Yep.
Especially when Jake work out and get big, he's very intimidated by Jake. That's why in slavery, when Jake would get so big from slavery and shit like that, working so hard, they would feminize Jake. And the way they did it was they would rape Jake in front of his family members. We talking big, muscular ass Jake getting raped by this puny ass devil in front of the whole community. Why did they do that? Because that was gonna bring down the morale. That was gonna bring down the confidence of Jake's within the plantation. And they would do it to a big ass Jake. They intimidated by Jake. Why do you think these Edomites, man? When Jake walking up to them two big ass motherfuckers, Jake nervous. Big, Esau big. This devil is scared of Jake, man. When he looks upon a Jake, man, he's looking upon a God, man. That's what he's looking upon. The Lord said, "For ye are gods, but you will have to die like men."
But also scriptures also do say that one nation shall be stronger than the other.
And
so
every time Jake is in these bodybuilding competitions, he damn near always winning.
Esau got to take hella roids to catch up.
Hey, Esau got to get darker to catch up, man.
Spray tan.
They got to spray tan themselves because when they all big and they don't look like nothing. You look like a dead man that got a lot of meat on you, man.
The molecular composition of Jake is just way superior than Esau's.
Jake, hey, these devils sit up there and they spraying their bodies down and look darker and shit to win a damn competition, man.
Shit, me and this brother go to the gym. Put up 3 times weight Esau in there.
And they and some of these dudes be way bigger than us, man.
Taking
It's
all type of roids.
taking all kind of shit, risking their life to do a fraction of what me and the brother doing. But it goes like the brothers just said, you know, people should be stronger than the other. And you look at sports. Look at the all white. Baseball wasn't shit until Jackie Robinson came into the league.
Kabosh be lisping more than them, bro.
Right.
Kabosh be like, I don't get how these motherfuckers can be so weak. I'm way less than them. I'm like, brother, because we wrestle angels and them niggas shoot guns.
It was funny too, even in the job site where like you see these little short ass Northern Kingdom brothers where they be picking up the shit that Esau can't even pick up. Man. So like the Edomites will trip out on that shit, man. You know, they be throwing fucking concrete bags going up the fucking stairs and shit, throwing shit over, you get me?
And they be doing it,
like it's nothing.
I seen some video where this dude's taking some fucking I think strawberries, bro. The way he throws that fucking bucket, he throws it in the way where the buckets push the bucket out, bro, and the fucking things go to the side. It's Israelites, man.
Jake, man. See, and Esau, he's intimidated by that. This is why these nations, this is why they try their hardest to keep Jake and separate, to keep Jake away from each other, man.
you got to keep the southern and northern kingdom split up.
Because
when the southern and northern kingdom comes together, as again mentioned and again, we are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Killmonger saw the potential.
Mm-hmm.
What did he want to do? He wanted to, go over there, destabilize everybody, and get Jake and give them what they need to get their freedom. That's what he wanted to do.
The way Killmonger thought about taking them down was ingenious.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about pretty much cutting them off from their resources first. You cut them off from their resources, they have nothing. What can they do without their resources?
Nothing.
Killmonger had a great fucking plan. But guess who comes in? A goddamn coon, man. You're not doing anything. I'm gonna crash my ship and look cool when I get off of it. You're a coon, man. Killmonger was doing the right thing.
Because Killmonger was mad that y'all left him over there. He was in the Bay. In Oakland, fucked up. You know how fucked up Oakland is? Right, he was like, damn, y'all got spaceships and all kind of shit. We over here
to smell
shields and shit.
Yeah, y'all got spaceships. Y'all got suits and.
How the fuck you more advanced? You're more advanced than these devils.
And y'all left us out here to
be slaves.
To die, man. So yeah, you're right, brother. He did have a right attitude. But yeah, you had the coon that came around with Martin Luther King spirit, right? And no, that's not what we're going to do and all that. But that's how his daddy got killed. You know what I mean? Have you watched the movie?
But also, if you think about that movie too, it separates us too from an Israelite from a Hamite, because basically, what is his name? The one Black Panther is actually supposed to be a Hamite. That's why he was told him, I'm not for all people. I'm only for my people. And he said, there's a lot of people around the world that look like us. So it was a division right there. What he was telling him, I'm not one of them. So
Yeah, that's how Ham really feels too, though.
Yeah, Ham will let you know.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, it goes to show you real quick, God. It goes to show you. Like when I used to work at the dealership, man, I had a Amalekite GM, man, and me and one of my closest friends, his name is Dawudah, man. His name is David, but in the Hebrew, and he's from west coast part of Africa, and I was getting him to work on the side where I was at, and the GM, which is the head of the store, was like, yeah, he can go over there, but y'all two can't be on the same team. And I'm like, well, we on the same team and we produce more, that's only gonna make you more money. But he didn't give a fuck. He just didn't want us to shine over the other people that was managing, man.
Oh, let me tell you what happened at my job, right? So at my job, that was me and like 5 Jakes talking, all dark-skinned so-called black dudes. We're just talking, man. We just talking and shit. The fucking Edomite supervisor walks up to us talking about what y'all talking about. We looked at him and we all walked away and we just went home. Like, what the fuck do you need to know what we're talking about? I don't go over there with you and your, white buddies and hey, what y'all talking about, man? We don't do that shit. Why you over here in RBC? And this is why I tell you, Jake can't have nothing. If Jake come together, it's too weird for them. They like, nah, these niggas can't come together like that, man. We don't like that, man. Hey, even with Jake, like back in the day, because I used to hang out with a lot of dudes, man, a lot of Jakes and shit. We used to just walk the streets. The fucking cops just come up and split us up, man. Hey, y'all can't be together like that. Y'all gonna have to split up. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man? What the fuck you so intimidated by with us just coming together and we just having a discussion? We're just walking on a damn sidewalk. And they want to come up and split us up and shit.
This is reality, man. You got that?
Yeah. In Joel 3:19, it says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
You see, Edom's gonna be a wilderness because what you said, the innocent blood of Israelites in this land, bro. Wherever we were, y'all went there and fucked us up, bro. The Northern Kingdom, how many campaigns have they had? How many coups have they had in South America, bro? Right? Even to this day, the cartel in Mexico, right? MS-13 or whatever this fuck is called. All that shit, man, you Edomites are responsible for all that, man. So-called white man is responsible for 99.9999.999% of all the wickedness in the world today.
That's all of it.
Cartel is like a fucking military.
Yeah. Like shit, the wickedness that Jake did, man, compared to you Edomites is small, bro. We fucked each other up.
When you break down that Freemasonry pyramid, the cartels are basically low-level groups that the CIA and different other entities control, man, to destabilize the country. Because right now, what they want with Mexico, man, the whole uproar with the with the cartels, those 2 Americans that got kidnapped because they discover the largest deposits of lithium out there in Mexico, man. So now Esau's creating a narrative to go up in there and take those resources, because you got the president out there, basically he nationalized it. So he's not allowing these American corporations to get in there and take it, man. You know, but that goes into what Habakkuk 2 and 12, where everything he does, he takes that which is not his.
Obadiah says what? Well, he's a thief that come and take everything. So with the grape, would he leave some grapes?
Yep.
Hell no, this thief, he'll take the grapes, the stems,
the roots,
dirt, the land, and leave you with nothing, man. And they're doing that literally now. They're poisoning the food, like the brother said earlier. One of their agendas, if you pay attention to these heathens, especially these Edomites, is to demasculize the Israelite men, man. That's why they put all kind of estrogen shit in the food and all kind of shit, man. Who's the biggest pushers of this transformer agenda, man? I read a couple days ago that if you tell your children, if you have a son and he wants to be a girl, and you try to correct that, being that you're that kid's parent, you can get time doing that, man. They're passing that law.
Or they can take your kids from you.
Or they can take your kids, or you go to jail, man. That's a felony, man. Right? That's a felony to try to correct your children. But that goes to show you that this dude is the border of wickedness, man. This is what it is. And guess what? This is why the Lord has perpetual hatred for you, man. That's why the Lord is going to destroy you Edomites, man.
Yeah. It's the only rational plan, man. It's really think about it, it's the only rational plan, because here it is, you've had this whole grip on the world, and even when you had enough, it wasn't enough. So it's like, if you can have everything and still can't be satisfied, what can you do with a person like that? You can't do shit with them.
What are you stolen until you have enough? This motherfucker comes steal everything.
Everything, bro.
Everything, the foundation, the root of it, all that shit, man. This is a thief. This is what a thief is. In a dictionary, when this thief is the so-called white man picture next to it.
Shit, in Germany, when they Operation Paperclip, when they're getting all those German scientists and shit, you could be sure that they stole some of them niggas.
Yep.
They said, work, nigga, we gonna fuck up your family. Right? These devils are still souls, man. They're still people. If the people have something that he wants, he'll steal the exact people.
Yep.
And these were so-called evil men, right, that killed all the millions of motherfuckers, these Jews and shit. And they gave them a lot of those German scientists. They came to America, man, and not just Americans, the German scientists, but a lot of those politicians, man.
Yep.
Because they used them they saw a purpose in them, and they're gonna use them regardless of what they did.
Yeah.
Like I think that's who split the atoms.
Germans,
And the man that set up the Fed, he
They're the
was
smartest of the Edomites.
yeah, he was the dude that set up the Fed was a so-called Teemanite.
Teeman, yeah.
German.
Yep.
Hey, bro, so the scripture says that it says the Lord said that he shall that he shall even destroy the wise men out of Timon.
You see? So you devils, man, y'all got a lot of shit to pay for, bro. We're not. The scriptures tell you, except for that time has come, right? Your time is fucking coming. The Lord is about to start putting out judgment and just demolishing waves of you, man. You have Putin today sit here and come out and tell them, hey, we see what you're doing and we're not gonna fucking stand for it, right? Because they were sending all the fucking mercenaries over to Russia to destabilize it. Who do you think they paid those mercenaries? U.S., CIA, whatever fucking organization they wanted, man. They paid them. They told them where to go. Because I mean, in the midst of war, it's real hard to get the information you need. They're covering everything already. So obviously, you have to have somebody who has the intelligence network and system to get all the information you need to be able to tell you, okay, I'm going to send you over here. You're going to do this here. I want you to do this here. This is your job. This is your task. It didn't just say, hey, we need you to go take down who. Well, you got any information for me, nigga? Nah, they're setting this shit up, but the Lord is about to start putting out that judgment because you touch this fucking people, bro. Get your precept, bro.
This is Obadiah 1:15, letting all these other nations, the heathen, y'all all, they all gonna get in trouble for what they've done for touching the children of Israel. This is Obadiah 1:15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
When you're going back into the book of Esther, when Haman sat there and made the decree to hang Israel on the shit he built, what was the judgment when Esther was able to get her petition with the king? That Haman and his sons get hanged on the same thing that he built. Well, that's what. Yep. What is it called again?
Gallows.
The gallows, yeah. That him and his kids would be hanged on the same gallows. Well, the Lord's going to do that in this time. As you thought you were going to sit here and destroy Jake, put us under, put us in slavery and captivity, take all our resources, take the best of our people, deform them, and just masquerade them as the most wicked people on earth. Well, the Lord's starting to change that shit and put that on you Edomites. Right? The Lord has judgment out here for these things, man.
Which also can go back to what is that, Isaiah 14:21? Because you know they're gonna be talking about, well, it wasn't us. Well, it's about to be put on you because it belongs to you.
Yep.
It was though.
Right?
Yeah, no.
Reincarnation is in the scriptures.
Huh?
It was like Isaiah 14:21, like you just said. It was.
Hey, give me Jeremiah 49.
This is the book of Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
You see all the treaties that these devils broke with the Israelites, man? All the harm they did. Hey, Jake was always sitting there just chilling by themselves, man. The scripture tell you Jake was a plain man dwelling in tents. He wasn't about that action. Jake just wanted to be by themselves, give them a nice honey or two, right? And chill. They had 3 or 4, yep. Jake used to have them, man. So
Yep.
my granddad-
Have a little barbecue
my dad
going on.
used to have them.
Good.
Right? Jake used to just, as long as Jake
Chill.
had a woman, some food to eat, and a little bit of work to do, they left you Edomites alone.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all continually spoiled Jake, destroyed him, right? So the Lord said, woe to him that spoils, and now it's not spoiled.
Because Esau had to scratch that itch.
Yep.
That itch of I want to kill. I want them to suffer. So he had to scratch that itch. So every time Jake was doing something, separate from them, he had to go over there and further kill and destroy Jake to scratch that itch, man.
Hey, give me spell it wrong. Give me a second, I'll get it.
Especially knowing that you wouldn't be prosecuted for doing it.
Proverbs 4:6.
So
I got it.
it was in their power to do so. Knowing that you wasn't gonna go to jail for it, and even if you did, you only spend like 24 hours within the prison. You'll get out and you just murdered a bunch of damn Jakes.
Hey, give me that Proverbs 4:16.
This is Proverbs 4:16, and it says, "For they sleep not." It's like it says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief."
That's that itch the brother was talking about. Go ahead.
And they sleep, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
See? That's that itch.
There's one more on it.
Go ahead.
Verse 17 it says, "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence."
Man,
He's a
yep.
violent fucking man. The scriptures tell you in the book of Revelation it was given unto him to take peace from the earth. Who was the first ones he took the peace from? Jake, man. He never let Jake chill. Right? Even Ishmael, Moab, right? All of them got to go back to their lands, chill a little bit, make their own shit, come up with their own things, have their own cuisine. But what did Esau do with you Jakes, man?
He pursued
Kept
blood.
destroying you, bro. The entire fucking the entirety of the fucking 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s in South America just destroyed Jake, man. That nigga was down there going ham, bro. Jake in South America was getting the same syphilis experiments, gonorrhea experiments that Jake was getting in the States.
They tried lasers on their asses. What was that called? Panama?
Oh, Panama.
Some shit like that. Where they were using weapons on people, man. That people were basically disappearing, like they were turning up in flame and shit. That's a movie on that.
Yeah, if you find that, I don't know. Bro, this is what you do, man.
Is that,
Finish that.
is that like the microwave shits?
Yeah.
Guns and shit?
Yeah.
Where you point it at something
They were doing that in
and
Cuba, too.
and it increases the pressure of the heat or some shit,
Yeah.
and then it pops it.
Yep. Give me that, Jeremiah.
Same thing as a microwave
Jeremiah
does.
49:12. It says,
Yeah, it's like a popcorn.
"For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken." It says, "And art thou he that shall go altogether, that shall altogether go unpunished?"
You see, when we go into that day whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, have surely drunk it. That's talking about Jake, because when you go back into what is that, Deuteronomy 28, right? From the first verse to the 15th verse, that's what we were supposed to get, right? And that's what we're going to get in the end, in general. So we weren't really meant to drink that cup. We fucked up, right? So the Lord had to put it on us as part of the plan, right? But the Lord said, hey, if they drink it, are you going to go unpunished? Go ahead, bro.
It says, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. It says, for I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord Yahweh. It says, I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
See, the Lord said, hey, he's sworn by himself that where you devils are, it's going to be perpetual waste, man. You can go to the land of Petra. So obviously he wasn't talking about that place, the land of your nativity, right? Where you're supposed to be. So he wasn't talking about it. He's talking about America right now, right? This place is going to be a perpetual desolation, a wilderness, man.
That's right.
The Lord's going to bring the judgment to this place, bro. All the wickedness you fucking devils do, man, it never amazes me how much deeper it goes. Just because when you really look at this devil, man, he is the epitome of a demon, bro. He is completely the epitome of a demon. The fact that he can go and go on a main stage for fucking a music award, have niggas go and drag devil horns in the background, ominous fucking settings, even for what is it called, the Commonwealth Games. They had a whole fucking bull come out doing a whole ritual and shit for that thing. They even called it the beast. They didn't even call it a bull. They called it a beast. Right? That's in the scriptures, bro. So they do these things, man. So you're never gonna, it should have never surprised you how deep this devil goes with his wickedness. You should just expect it. Right? But the Lord said you devils ain't gonna go unpunished, man. You're gonna drink of that cup, man. Y'all got anything?
Well,
Yeah.
also too, Og, when you go back into it, was that Nahum 1 and 3 says he will not at all acquit the wicked. So there's no way, there's no way out of it for them. It's it. It's about to be a wrap for y'all. And plus, also too, later on in the near future, Revelation 13, 9 and 10 gonna come from you. Isaiah 14 and 2 is gonna come for you. So y'all devils gonna have a lot to pay for, and best believe y'all about to pay that tab.
Yeah, you paying in blood, man.
Yep.
And that movie was called Panama Deception. So
okay.
it says the film includes footage of what are claimed to be mass graves uncovered after the American troops have withdrawn, and footage of burned down neighborhoods refers to the alleged use of experimental weapons, including supposed secret laser weapons, and presents depiction of some of the 20,000 refugees who fled the fight. And that's out there in Panama, man, during the 80s.
Yeah. And the reason why they went over there in Panama is since they wanted to make a better trade. That's why they dug out that whole section right there. They call it the Panama Canal. Right. They was fucking, man. I remember going through history on that, man. They was fucking jig up down there on that shit. All for them to be able to ship goods even cheaper. Man, these devils fucking, their appetite has no end, bro.
Yeah, because the whole thing with the Panama Canal was that I don't know, there were set years the power was going to give over to the Panamanian people, but they make a lot of money out of that shit.
Yeah.
So Esau wasn't going to just let that shit go, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll finish it out though. Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoileth, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherous with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
You see, and that's what's happening, man. Now all these other countries are starting to deal treacherously with these devils. So what's gonna happen off the back of that? Your destruction, bro. That's right. You cease to spoil. Well, what? Now all these countries are making ways to get away from the dollar, cutting you out of deals.
Hey.
They don't give a fuck about your money, leaving your money, which is causing you to be weakened. So what? You're gonna be ass out there, man. You're gonna be a woman with no defense, because it says money is a defense. That was the only defense America really had, right? Otherwise, they have to attack everybody relentlessly. But now all the people in America is weak, so they don't have anybody to go attack nobody. Right? This is the time we're in, man.
America's paying $1.3 billion in interest every day for the debt.
That's wild.
So eventually, right, even if you didn't want America to crumble, eventually it will. Just based off that alone, man. Eventually, it has to. It has to go bankrupt, man.
This is Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7, and it says, "Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." And what have these devils been sowing, man? They're sowing thievery and robbing, you know, and murdering, man.
Murdering and killing, yup.
You know, it says that the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy, and that's all these devils have been doing, man. You know, since they got the seat of power. So, guess what, man? The bill is fucking stacked, and it's almost time to pay.
Yeah.
And it's almost time to pay up, man.
Get the dregs of it, all the wicked stuff. Go ahead.
This
Get
is
the
John
dregs of the cup.
10 verse 10. It says, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." Okay, but the point was what? The thief cometh not, but to steal, kill, and destroy. Right, and again, who was that top thief? Right, the so-called white man. I mean, everything he's gotten, he have stolen it. Really, since the Renaissance era, man. If you look at the Renaissance, when they were committing something called iconoclasm, or however you say it, right, where they were blowing noses off statues and changing images and all that, that's really, their whole plan was to deceive the world, right? Because the Renaissance, the rebirth, that's how you say rebirth in French, that was really the start of their power, man. And they came out the gate with what? Deceiving the world. And one of the first things they did was what? Change the images.
Job 9:24.
Right? Because if you want purity, right, you can't have these people praying to images that look like them. You got to have them praying to images that look like you if you want superiority. Right? How else would you be able to put Jake in plantation slavery if you show them a picture of Yahweh Shai, man? Right? You would, okay, this is, but you know, if you show them that, no, you got to show them Caesar Borgia, man. Right, and that's exactly what they did, and really has our people, has some of our people duped to this day. Those who can't come out of that, man, the plantation Christianity, and refuse to get the knowledge and the truth. Well, really, it's up to the Lord whether you get it or not. But again, our people, right, they refuse to get the true understanding. Man, they will argue you down, they will wrestle you down, they will fight you. You try to tell them the truth, man. You know, because this is not what they're used to hearing. You tell our people, man, the so-called white man is the devil. No, you're not. How? They freed us. My Abraham Lincoln freed us. Right? But yeah, you have a picture, you have a statue of Abraham Lincoln with a Jake bow to him, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? What about that?
Abraham Lincoln had what, like
He had slaves.
100 slaves or some shit? 200 slaves?
And he was doing everything. How do you think he got his teeth?
Yep.
They call him wooden. They said he had wooden teeth. That's a fucking lie. He had no wooden teeth, man.
Wooden teeth wouldn't even last in your mouth, man.
Exactly.
How can you chew?
The wood would rot.
With decay, yeah.
The teeth that he had was Jake's teeth, bro.
Yeah. Wooden
He
teeth.
just went right out there, grabbed a few Jakes. Yeah, I like your smile. Right? Just like on what is it?
Wasn't that George Washington?
George Washington, yeah, sorry.
Now you know where
George
false
Washington.
teeth come from.
Yeah.
But what's that one movie? Get Out. It's like Get Out. I want your eyes. The nigga went out in the field and said, "I want your teeth."
Yep.
Just picked the nigga. I want your smile, man. This is the wickedness of these devils. Get that, bro.
I think Thomas Jefferson raped all the women and he had like a bunch of slave children too, right? Like,
yep. So that's a lot of tears out there. A lot of tears. Bro. Got it, bro.
This is Psalm 75 and verse 8, and it says, "For in the hand of Yahweh, there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same.
See? Go ahead.
But the dregs thereof, it says, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall bring them out and drink them."
All the wicked of the earth shall bring them out, man. So all that, hey, when you think about, if you go to a bar, right? They'll show it on those TV shows, bar cleaner got that towel, wiping down the whole shit with it, trying to get off the excess. Well, that's the drink you have to get. All that warm shit, everybody elbow bit in, and
these were the presidents that had slaves. It says at least 13 presidents were slave owners at some point during their life. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, Andrew Jackson,
Andre Jackson or some shit. Martin Van Buren.
Yep.
William Henry Harrison, John Taylor, and James K. So those were the presidents that owned slaves.
Those are the presidents that they tell you.
Yeah, so I'm saying them are the ones they tell you. Yeah.
Right, they lie, man. You know
Now,
what I
how
mean?
many? You know, the good thing to do with that is look up how many of the constituents have slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you have they had a Senate, they had a Congress.
Hey, but they still have slaves today. It's just they're like children and shit, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
My house
freaks.
was in Virginia. Is that Virginia?
Yeah.
So that's like slave country too.
Yeah, they enslaving the jakes that come up from Mexico, South America, and the U.S. today. Finding little jakes, young man, elementary school age, teenagers, sitting there working on farms and shit, building buildings and shit, and they're like, hey, they're telling people, if you see this, ask them, hey man, are you supposed to be here like this? Because they want to fucking sit here and try to get them back to where they're supposed to be, because they just been renting them out, man. It's been rent a nigga, bro. Instead of renting, sit there and rent a nigga, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, it was George Washington that owned 317 slaves.
Bro. And that's American history, man. That's your history, right? That's the history of America, man. That's why, you got these proud-ass Americans running around here, but as soon as you bring up the history of it, they get shamed.
Mm-hmm.
You got to wear that jacket, man. You have to wear that jacket, man. And really, your average American, if you want to be a citizen to this place, you're really stupid, man, because there's no such thing as an American, man.
Nope.
Right? This is a place where there's many tongues, there's many nations here, man. Okay? But this is also that place of judgment. Okay? If you could give me let's go to Habakkuk 2. And we start at Habakkuk 2 and 2. Anybody's gonna grab it. Yeah, man. Just basically go in this thing, man. We're gonna kind of stay on the same topic, man. We'll get into this heathen. Because you gotta understand it. If you don't know who you are, you won't know who your enemy is, man.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know who your enemy is, you won't know what's planned. And if you don't know what's planned, then you'll fall for anything that he gives you, right? Like majority of Jake do, right? Because you refuse to believe that the so-called white man and the rest of these heathen are your enemy, and they are, man. Let's start with that, Psalms 83. Let's start with that, man. The heathen are Confederate.
This is Psalms 83, and I'll start at verse 1. And it says, keep not silence, or it says, keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power, for lo, thine enemies, it says, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Crafty counsel, man, right? They sat down, they planned strategically on what to do. Okay, because during the transatlantic slave trade, it wasn't just the Edomites, the Arabs was involved.
Mm-hmm.
All of these, really, a lot of these nations were, the Hamites were involved. A lot of these nations were involved in playing a part in our captivity, man. Okay, go ahead, Al.
It reads, it says, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Yes, they said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Which means what? You take away their name, you take away their heritage, you take away their language, you take away their laws, statutes, and commandments, you take away their beliefs, right? You take away their history, so therefore they don't know who they are, right? They don't, because, that first wave of so-called African Americans or African slaves, they knew who they were, man. A lot of them really, they spoke Hebrew, man. Okay. Those lands were actually named after, like, you got the Negro land, but you got, like, one of the slave ports was named Judah, if I'm not mistaken, Fort Judah.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's in the Ivory Coast, if I'm not mistaken, Cote d'Ivoire. Right. But a lot of those Jakes knew who they were, man. Right. And then when they died off, right, and then they had Negroes, or the niggers, right, which you so-called white people call them, right? They didn't know they didn't know their history like that, man. They ain't know nothing. They ain't know nothing but slavery, man. And that's the mindset, you would want to keep Jake in, man. That's why, okay, well, if you catch Jake reading, then what? It was execution.
Well, that's how it is now, man. That's all Jake knows is this life. Esau didn't let Jake get any other experiences, have any other understanding, man. That's why they made it so when you go to Jake's neighborhood, you gotta walk 3-4 miles to get to your first bus stop. Because they try to keep your ass sheltered in one place so you don't know nothing but the hood.
Right. And if you talk to a lot of Jakes, you got niggas in Cali who probably never been to the beach.
Yeah.
Man, I got this real
They
quick.
showed you that on that whatchamacallit, the snowfall.
Yeah,
Oh,
snowfall.
yeah.
I seen that.
Been to the beach.
Never been to the beach.
Read this off. This is it says the colonial South Atlantic and Caribbean economies were particularly dependent on labor for the production of sugar cane and other commodities. This was viewed as crucial by those Western European states which in the late 17th, 18th centuries were vying with one another to create overseas empires. The Portuguese in the 16th century were the first to buy slaves from West African slavers and transport them across the Atlantic. In 1526, they completed the first transatlantic slave voyage to Brazil, and other Europeans soon followed. Ship owners regarded the slaves as cargo, so you're nowhere in their minds regarded as people, humans, or anything that can resemble something that is civilized. You was cargo, man. They're cargo on a ship. You know what you do with cargo on a ship? Cargo. You throw them motherfuckers around. You know what happens when you got bad cargo? You throw that motherfucker off the ship. So you was considered an item. An item. You niggas, man. See, and this is the problem with Jake, man, is because these things aren't happening like as much as they were then. You have gotten comfortable, man. Not knowing that your ass is considered nothing to be but cargo. It says to be transported to the Americas as quickly and cheaply as possible. They're to be sold to work on coffee, tobacco, cocoa, sugar, cotton, plantations, gold and silver mines. And them gold and silver mines, man, that had to been a bitch to me, man. You imagine all that dust, you imagine how many so-called blacks had to die within those them damn caves, man.
You think they was putting a good canary down there for you?
Hell nah. The way they built them caves, you know what I'm saying, to uphold all that weight on top of it for so-called white people, they weren't doing that shit for you niggas, man. So if that shit collapsed, now you were done deal. And guess what? If it collapsed, the next row will have to come in and clear it all out, man.
Yep.
Man, just imagine that. So it says gold and silver mines, rice fields, the construction industry cutting timber for ships as skilled labor and as domestic servants. The first Africans kidnapped. Just said kidnapped. Hey, so-called white people will tell you that we were just sold to them, that we wasn't kidnapped.
Yep.
They say that shit all in the interviews.
You got whole generations that were getting their hands and feet chopped off because these devils wanted rubber and coffee.
Yeah.
Which goes in that he that stealeth a man.
It says to the English colonies were classified as indentured servants with legal standing similar to that of contract-based workers coming from Britain and Ireland. However, by the middle of the 17th century, slavery had hardened as a racial caste, with African slaves and their future offspring being legally the property of their owners. You was considered property. It says, as children born to slave mothers were also slaves. As property, the people were considered merchandise or units of labor. It says, and were sold at markets with other goods and services. The major Atlantic slave trading nations in order of trade volume were Portugal, Britain, France, the Netherlands, Spain, USA, and Denmark. Several have established outposts on the African coast where they purchased slaves from the local African leaders, man. So there you go, man. So not only was we sold, but we was also kidnapped and thrown into slavery to work for all type of plantations.
And not just here in America, but all throughout this, man. The islands, right? Jamaica, right? South America, all you know, all these different Brazil, like the brothers got out, right? All these other, which is South. But what movie show you that is what's that movie with the African woman, man? That just came out.
The African Queen, African King,
The Woman King.
Woman King, yeah.
That movie kind of show you that, man, how they were selling you know, Jake to Brazil and Portugal and all that.
You had on that the second Black Panther movie, you had it come out that Koda Khan, when he came out the water, he saw them enslaving Jake and putting their ass to work like that, and he fucking lost it. That's how he said that's how he got his name, right? It's because he saw that he didn't show no mercy around it. Bro, that shit was cold. I was looking at that, I was like, man, finally, and Jake did have some sense. And then what, you got a bigger woman that did it to the bigger picture.
Yeah, man, and that's by plan and design as well. You know, but usually what they show you this strategically in America, because they want you to think that your history started from a boat, man.
Hey, the fucked up thing is, man, is you have black slavers, man, in America.
Yep.
Slaving their own damn people.
Yep. Yep. You know, they want you to think that you know, it started on the ship. It's like, nah, man, you got to go past that. See, Jake get lost in this African shit. Oh, African is, but you go there, Ham don't even fuck with us, man. They come out here, they don't fuck with us, man. The women might, but they don't. The men don't, man. But Ham is they're very submissive to the so-called white people. But they'll look at Jake like he ain't shit. They'll tell you, man, we ain't the same. And I know we not the same, man. But it's you niggas that want to be there, and they're stinky people, man. It's you niggas that want to be the same as these fucking Hamites, man.
They stinky.
Smell like ass, man. Shit.
I remember when I used to live in this apartment building. It was
and they all do apartments.
And they was living in apartments over there, and we had the master key. They moved out. We had the master key. We went up in there just to clean up. We went up in there to clean up. They dirty as hell. They had clothes everywhere, bags everywhere.
Smell
and
like
stink.
Yep.
Man. It fucking stink. So them damn Africans, man, they stink.
Yeah, I caught a motherfucker in one of the restaurants I was at work. Had his shoe off, cleaning his fucking feet on when you wash your hands and shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was African too.
Yeah, these motherfuckers, you know, we're two different seeds. Jake was a royal people, man. Clean people. If you go into the law, it's really showing you how to be clean.
Yep.
You know, we are clean people, right? Blessed.
Hey, even when we was in Africa, there's history that there was a dark-skinned people that were different than the indigenous people that actually lived there. And the people that were separate from the Africans, actually they wore fringes on their clothing. They were circumcising their children. So these were Israelites, so-called black people, Israelites in Africa that was following customs in Africa that the Africans wasn't doing. That's how you know that we're separate people, and there's history, there's archaeological facts of these things happening. There's actually books out there of these well-known researchers that saw these things taking place, man.
Hey, well, that's why the main slaves, they came out of certain tribes, like Igbo, the Yoruba, see, because those were all Hebrew tribes that were the Israelite tribes.
Yeah, man. Like I was explaining earlier, I got a friend, man, from Ivory Coast, west coast part of Africa, man. His name is Dawuda. You know, that's how you say David in Hebrew.
That's your name?
Yeah, Dawuda. Yep, that's his name. His middle name is Salih, so everybody call him Salih. But how you say his name is Dawuda, and his son name is Solomon has sent Benaiah. Yeah, Benaiah, man. His son name is, so they know the scriptures, man. You know, in those parts over there, he know, man. Because why else would he have a Hebrew name, man?
That African that was up here the other time.
Yeah, his village was named Zebulon.
Zebulon.
Yeah, Zebulon. Which he couldn't get.
He couldn't get that through his head at all.
He couldn't get it, and it was smacking him. It was hidden in plain sight. He was smacking them all in the face, but he didn't understand who was smacking him. But anyways, man, let's get into that. Let's get to Habakkuk 2.
This is verse 3.
Yeah, you can start at 3.
Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
And at the end it is speaking. That's how you know we're at the end. The Lord told us what to look for, man. Wars, rumors of wars, right? Earthquakes in diverse places. Go ahead.
It's not light, Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry.
Yeah, it's going to surely come, man. It will not tarry. Okay, it's going to come, and it's coming now. Go ahead.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Yeah, he a proud man. He don't keep at home, man. You know, he keepeth all people to himself. Right, he set up his military bases all throughout the land. Let's get a Psalms 50:3 if you can give me that. His poison is spread all through the earth. Right, his philosophies, right, his beliefs, the shit that he pushes, he teaches. Right, what he eats. You know, what he believe a woman should be, what he believe a man should be. Right, that's all pushed throughout the earth, man. You know, yeah, exactly. That's how they live, man. And like the brother was saying earlier, you know, because I used to do business with a lot of Edomites, man, and they're easily offended if you're too masculine, man. Yeah, I'm telling you. They're easily offended, man. I don't want to, it could be the best deal that they ever seen in their life, but if you don't talk the way they want you to talk, if you don't approach them the way, if you too manly with them, they'll shy away and they'll walk away and go pay more somewhere else, man. Right? That goes, but their whole agenda is to demasculize Jake. Now, why do you think they put shit in the food, man? Right? They putting things in the vegetables, man, to turn your hormones into women hormones, man.
A lot of estrogen.
To get you higher estrogen.
Yep.
You know, testosterone levels at an all-time low.
Esau said in an interview and fold his legs like a woman.
Yeah.
I said, how do they do that, man? Like, that
ain't crunch your nuts. I was like,
uncomfortable, man.
Like, damn.
I remember my demon asked me, man, she was like, can you fold your leg like that? I said, hell no, that shit hurt my balls, man.
Balls in your stomach.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, your balls in your stomach.
Wait a minute. What happened? How'd you get the beans over to Frank?
So that's how they live, man. They live fucked up, man. And really, and that's why they women run to us, man. Like that, punch it back up. You gotta sneeze. You gotta sneeze and plug your nose.
It says, verse 4.
You can start 4 back over here. Okay.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Yeah, his soul is not upright in him, man. Right? That's why that's the brother said, the gray area. That's how they live in the gray area, man. You know, go ahead.
But the just shall
listen, man. Down to how the way they eat meat. You see, if you go to restaurants where these Edomites eat at, like these steakhouses and all that, they got steak, mashed potatoes, the asparagus, and it be blood running from the steak to the mashed potatoes. I'm like, how the fuck you got pink mashed potatoes? But it be the blood from the steak.
Yep.
You know?
And they call it juice. They even come up with a new name. They call it mal. It's like Malden something like that.
Yeah, they say it's not blood. It's some shit, bro.
It starts with an M.
Might argue me down about it. Like, it's not blood. It's the thing. I'm like, bitch, it's red. What else is it in meat? It's blood, motherfucker. It ain't blood. It's another chemicals like cells break it down and it makes a red color. No, it's blood, motherfucker. That's what it is. But they try to justify their wickedness, man. You know. But even when you go to hospitals,
myoglobin. That's what they call it.
What is it called?
Myoglobin.
Yeah. Even when you go to these hospitals, they'll tell you don't eat meat raw, man.
And the cool thing about it is they know that myoglobin is something that they test in the blood. Yep. So then you're going to sit here and look at it. It's red. It came out of flesh. But it's not blood. What the fuck? You devils, man. Yep. That gray area, man, because they love those feasts of blood, right? Esau used to really get down with that in person. And then when they civilized, when they ate, they said, oh, well, if I can't eat human blood, well, we're going to call this myoglobin, and it's juice.
Yeah. Yeah, juicy steak, yo. Yeah. Oh, like, I used to get clowned for that. Oh, you like beef jerky steak? You like hockey buck steak? Like, I know I like steak done, man. It got to be done. Bro, I bit into a bloody steak one time, bro. I thought it was done on the outside, but it was bloody, and I damn near passed out, bro. I'm like, how the fuck y'all do that? Blood squirted in my mouth. I got goosebumps. Oh. Man, I damn near passed out. I froze up like, oh shit.
I did that with chicken like iron.
Oh my god, bro.
I was cooking chicken. I ain't cooked that shit right when I was young.
Oh,
gee. I ain't cooked that shit right and I bit it. And I looked at it. I said, what the fuck is that red shit?
I was
Oh.
I spit that shit out, man.
But
I
it
was
said
like,
unclean.
hell no.
Unclean.
That shit was just not right for me,
They
man.
gotta be done. Go ahead. My dad was like, you better not be eating your steak like that. That's how white people eat their steak. You better cook it.
Yeah, in the world, like that shit, like you want your shit nice and done. You know?
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Go ahead.
Shit.
Bloody shit.
Right?
Now that and so now, bro, people go to these what they called, man, sushi restaurants.
Yeah.
Straight up eat shit raw. Bro.
Raw.
Yeah. Say,
Raw.
it's out the ocean. It's good for you. Like, you
Yeah.
know how polluted the ocean is, man?
Like,
Cook that shit. It's bears, right? That's running, because they eat raw fish. That's running around here with tapeworms taking out their ass.
And you know, that black shit and shrimp, this shit.
Oh yeah, the
Throw
vein.
spine on the
And
thing.
yo, he just eat that shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's motherfucking nasty.
Check.
Like, he's motherfucking nasty.
it's good.
This is Habakkuk 2:5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth
Yeah,
unto him.
he can't be satisfied, man. So when he steal, he got to steal some more. And steal again. Steal what he stole. He got to keep stealing. Because he's never satisfied, man. It don't matter. This man is not satisfied with blood. You would think how this motherfucker got America, he would calm down. No. You still got cops roaming around looking to kill Jake, man. And the only reason why they trying to calm down is because those cameras, man. But let those cameras should have been a thing, man. As soon as y'all invented cameras, they should have been a thing, man. Here it is. They would, like in California, what they would do back then, like in the 80s and the 90s, they would take Jake to rival neighborhoods, man. Beat Jake up in the back seat, knock him out, drag him out the car, and leave him in different rival neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Man. You know, the cops did that, man.
They throw him colors.
Hey, what do they say? What did Esau say when he pulls a Jake over and they don't want to give him his ID because they don't even have a law that he broke? He says, well, if you don't have anything to hide, why don't you just give me the ID? Well, we can say the same thing with them cameras. If you don't have anything to hide, why can't we just record everything?
How much shit have they planning on Jake?
Exactly.
Right? When they pull Jake over, right? How much weed, cocaine, whatever? How much things have they planning on Jake, man? You know, they did that with Freeway Ricky Ross, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he had to hire a private investigator on the police because they were taking his men and planting drugs in their cars and things of that nature, man. And those cops end up getting fired, and some of them end up getting arrested for that shit. You know, for the shit that they were doing, man.
And they're still doing it now, man.
Yep.
They're still planting drugs on Jake.
Yep.
That was a Jake on YouTube, man. He was recording a cop, and a cop threw a plastic baggie in the back of his car. And Jake was like, yo, what's that, man? What's that? He was like, the cop was like, I got a camera too. Putting on his gloves and shit.
Yep. Right.
That shit went viral. It was all on the news.
And the Edomite started crying when he got caught up, man. He was like, I'm gonna get fired, don't do this. I didn't play anything. He was like, no, I got you. I got you on camera. I got your ass.
And then they was trying to protect the cop, man.
Yep.
They was trying to protect him, man. They was saying that the baggie was empty. He was just giving it back to the driver and shit.
No, because even in these even if you have an empty baggie in your car, if it has any substance of any type of illegal thing, they could use it still against you.
Yep.
That's evidence.
Yep.
So he pretty much threw evidence back in the car.
And they'll give you a charge of assumption of trafficking drugs.
Verse 6, Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
Hey, and the crazy thing is, what these Edomites would do, like when they pull over a so-called white dude, and he got like a baggie of coke, they would take the baggie of coke from him, they will find him, and then they would go to the hood and throw that shit on Jake, and then Jake would catch that charge and go to jail for it. And the cop would, and what they would do while they do that is because they try to go to the drug division.
Yeah.
They try to get a promotion and shit.
Yeah, I had a teacher, man, my senior year in high school, and her husband was a cop, man. And I was like, yeah, you know, it's the end of the month, you probably got to meet his quota. And she was like, they don't have quotas. Cops don't have quotas. They don't. I'm like, yeah, they do. They got fucking quotas, man. They got quotas. They got
they
a
do.
number of people they got to pull over and write tickets for. That's the only way they can keep their job.
It's a business.
Yeah, it's a business.
Because that's how the city gets paid. How does the city, whatever the city gets paid off of, is how the officer gets paid.
Because if it was really about you breaking the law, why is money involved?
Yeah.
Because when you committed adultery in the scriptures, your ass is put to death.
Yep.
You couldn't pay your way out of that. It's not a crime you can't pay your way out of in the math. If your lawyer is good enough and you got enough money, a lot of shit gets swept under the rug unless you just did some outlandish shit.
Hey, they even allowing people to bond themselves out of prison after they committed a murder. They'll tell them it's a $2 million bond. And you gotta allow this man to bond himself out of prison, knowing he just committed this murder. You gotta know tape of this dude committed murder, and he could bond out of prison.
Yep.
And were they doing what they originally were created to, the paddy wagons? You know, they were to repossess slave owners' property, man.
Yep.
You know, that's all they do. They break down the whole wording of this. They're here to serve and protect the business interests, not the common person's interests, man.
The crazy thing is, there was a cop that made a video and said the same thing. He said, what people got to understand is that cops are not for them. Cops are for the interests of the elite, not for them. They make you believe that cops are here to protect and serve, because all you got to do to deceive the people and make the people believe cops are for them is label them police officers and label them servants to the people to protect and serve. And it's all a lie, man. It's all a lie.
Hey, in Chicago, they got a juvenile center, man, where these jakes, they keep these jakes dumbed down. These jakes committed some, heinous crimes, murder, right, where they were selling some crazy crimes, right, and they keep the jakes on drugs, right. They keep them docile. They put them in cells with no windows, none of that shit. They bring them to like these schools, inner jails with no windows. They don't get to see outside or nothing. But what happens is they get $1 million per head, man, in these jails. So it's really a business.
Think about it. How much it costs to house an inmate all year?
Right.
$50,000, $60,000. They must be getting what, 3-4 times that to keep it.
Yeah.
And they'll put like 3 or 4 people.
They said
into
a bid is what, $500 a day, man.
Yeah.
So if you put 3 inmates in one room, there you go. You just made a good $1,500 right there.
Yeah.
So it's a business, man. It's not for your rehabilitation. It's not because you really did something wrong, right? It's really a business, man. That's all it is. It's no justice.
If it's not a business, then why did Michael Jordan invest in prison?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Hey, Esau ain't giving out shit for free, bro. He's
Right.
giving a free meal, free housing, and all that shit. There's a purpose for all that.
And they give you what, 15 cents a day? You're legally a slave once you commit a crime.
Niggas just sit here and fight each other over Slim Jims.
And the crazy thing is, a lot of the prisoners in jail today are living better than motherfuckers out here.
Mm-hmm.
You go in there, you ain't paying rent, free healthcare, free food, free lights. I say the only thing you don't have in there, if you could, was pussy. If they gave them niggas pussy, them niggas will have good lives. Them niggas will have better lives than us out here.
Free housing.
I ain't gotta pay rent, no light bill, no water bill. You just gonna give me a bitch? Damn straight, you cool?
Right. I still won't want to go to jail. Well, it sounds. Let's get that up. Sounds about that sounds pretty
Yeah. Psalms 50 and 17. I'll start at
58,
58 and 3. Psalms 58 and 3 says, it says the wicked are estranged from the womb.
Hey, real quick, you got prisoners complaining about like AC units and shit. Like the AC is not working. You got prisoners in there complaining about their rights being violated.
Yeah.
You go to Russia, them motherfuckers ain't got no right to complain.
Yeah.
You go to Venezuela, they not complaining out there when they locked up because they prisoners.
You seen them videos about over there in El Salvador? They got this new president that rounded all these
all the gang
motherfuckers.
members.
They sent them to this like supermax prison.
Man, hey,
it's rough out there, man.
hey, when they transport a prisoner, he's like this, man.
He can't even look.
He's like this. He can't even look up. They got this motherfucker bent over, man. You transport. I watched a video the other day.
You transport a fucking prisoner in America, and this motherfucker look like he free and shit.
Yeah.
They had a video of a prisoner jumping around the goddamn thing, man,
I saw that shit.
like he
Oh,
was
yeah.
a goddamn
Parkour.
Like he's doing parkour,
shit.
yeah.
This
Parkour,
nigga
get
was
up
in there
and
doing
do some pull-ups.
parkour in prison,
That
man.
nigga getting ready to break out.
That's what I said.
That's what he's practicing for.
Hey, the crazy thing is
Prison
that
break.
these people commit murders, and then the jury find them guilty, and then they like, you're gonna rot in prison. These motherfuckers ain't in there rotting in prison, man. Them niggas are having the time of their lives, man.
They on TikTok. They got
Them
cell
niggas on
phone.
TikTok,
You see-
they on YouTube.
They got PlayStations and stuff
These
in there.
niggas getting good food. Like, them niggas
Yep.
ain't suffering in prison, man.
All they need is one person on the outside to send $50
That's
every
it.
week or two. They good. They good.
I stick with that brother. Now I ain't trying to be up in there. Damn that. They can have it.
Yeah, you got them niggas, you eat predator niggas. You got them, what's that nigga?
The raper ass.
Fleece Johnson.
Fleece. You got Fleece Johnson.
Take all your chips.
Fleece. Yeah, them niggas justified taking ass in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead up.
Take the commissary.
Hey, them niggas, man, they spend so much
I
time
want you.
in them max prisons and shit. Them niggas, they want to be there. It's crazy as
Like
hell.
Apostle Hart said, man. He said, man, you go to jail, you better be doing 1,000 push-ups every other day and sharpening your teeth.
Sharpen your teeth.
Go ahead. Yeah, my dad was in there, man. He had to fight he told me a story. He had to beat one of these niggas up, choked the nigga out, and my dad, they made him like a leader or whatever. But my dad was in there doing like 1,750 dips every day, and like like 1,500 push-ups and all that shit. But you got to, man. Cause ain't no telling when a riot gonna break out. Ain't no telling who you gonna have to fight. Ain't no telling when these other. Cause this race segregated in the prison. Ain't no telling when you gonna have to fight. You gotta be on your shit, man.
Especially depending on the prison you're going to.
Man.
Because if you in that max facility shit, them motherfuckers be in there murdering.
Like Rikers
motherfuckers.
Island and all that shit.
Yeah,
man.
they be murderers.
Them niggas got blades on them. They got a prison called Big Sandy, man, where the niggas get cut every day, man.
Dang.
They just get sliced up every day. Get niggas $150s across the face. All kind of shit, man.
Hey, you look at a motherfucker wrong in there, and they gonna stab your ass up 50 times. Hey, the one dude said, "I'm gonna get them before they get me."
It's
And
no
he
reckless
said there was
eyeballing.
a white dude versus a black dude, and they was in like this unit by themselves, like no guards, no nothing, and they got into a brawl. They got into a fight. It's a documentary on it. When they got into the fight, the black dude was just fist fighting him, but the white dude pulled out a fucking knife. He went shanking his ass, and then he started stabbing him in the head. And when he was on the ground stabbing him in the head, you could literally see his head lift up with every knife stab. And I was like, damn, he was just on the ground just shaking and shit. And then they did an interview with the dude. He said, shit, I got him before he got me.
Dang.
Yeah, I saw a video a week ago, man. They raided this nigga's cell when he was ass naked and went in there and got to cutting him up. And the nigga jumped from the in the little portal. He jumped from the thing to the other level, man. I'm like, I ain't trying to go in there, man. Hell no. Hell no.
Shit,
You
that's
gotta
how you
learn.
know his car down Warrior. That was his car that was doing that shit.
Man, you gotta. Hell no, cause it's like you brought a bunch of niggas all day. You closed in, you locked in. I ain't never been, but I ain't
A
trying
lot of
to go.
testosterone in that motherfucker.
Go ahead.
You become a product of your environment at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you turn into it.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta follow their politics and all kind of shit. What about you?
This is Psalm 58:3. And so it says the wicked are estranged.
Hey, but Esau got it set up like that, man. Esau got it set up, that gay ass shit set up like that, man.
It's a heavy sodomite spirit in the
Yeah,
prison.
yeah.
And that dude said,
That nigga Fleece
he was
Johnson,
in
he came out recently.
It's an interview with that nigga.
Yeah, recently where he's like, it's 50 years later. Like after 50 years in the penitentiary, he said, I knew I was fucked up, but one day the magazines and everything wasn't enough.
And then they say the woman's prison is even that much more worse, bro.
Yeah.
Demons that can go back, bro.
Women are carnal, man. They're not holding out for shit.
Nope.
They make shit in there to rape them.
Hey, Jake said in the interview, he said, man, I made this nigga my bitch, man. I was like, wow.
Damn.
I was like,
And niggas that say that proudly, man. Niggas is crazy.
hell no. Hey, the dude got into details on how he would rape a motherfucker too, man. I'm like, these niggas are crazy, man.
Fleece, when that nigga Fleece said, he said it's more important than drinking water.
His booty is more important than the water.
That's what he said. You know, so you don't want to go in there and be around them niggas, man. You know, you don't want. You better. You gotta know how to fight. Ain't no guns in there, bro.
Yeah.
That
They butt pirates.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell no, you
Y'all
gotta
ain't
go in
going
there.
to prison like that, man.
And then that nigga polite. Now
Oh,
he in
yeah.
there.
Yeah, he in there.
With a pedophile charge.
You got that charge,
Ooh.
you don't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
Gone,
He
bro.
gone.
Hey,
He
because
gotta stay in peace.
his record showed, and you can see it's on there for sex offender.
Yep. And them niggas in jail got internet.
Yep.
So you can't go in there and think that
Well,
you're
he's a
gonna
big
hide your
name
charge.
though. He's niggas know who he is.
Yeah,
He's a big
yeah,
name.
a lot of
Cops,
them, a lot of
cops
them
pass
niggas
that
know.
info to the
Yeah.
inmates and shit.
You gotta walk around with your paperwork or some shit like that. That's
What was she
First
like?
day, yeah.
14 years old.
What was she was 14?
14.
I thought she was 12 or something.
14
She
years
was 14, and then he was friends with her mom. And he tried to make her mom think that everything was cool, and he just doing that shit to fuck with her. You know?
Hey, but that's the same nigga that was calling GMS rapist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same
Got caught
nigga.
up.
Well, you
Brother,
don't
I
have
posted
to
a
call some
scripture,
niggas
man.
jail rapists.
He shut the Bible up, and in reality, the action that he committed, if the girl already had her period, it wasn't he wasn't
Yeah,
really
it was-
going off.
yeah,
But being that you're in this society, man.
And
I
then you
think,
try
I
to
think
put
it was
a
a
moniker
daughter,
like
right? The
that on
daughter.
that.
It was a daughter of
daughter,
a.
yeah.
Oh, so he off. Regarding.
Yeah, he was
think
going
he was
on.
dating her mom.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was messing
Oh,
around
yeah,
with
so
the
he
daughter.
off regarding.
Hey, step up, brothers. Step up. In general. Step
Come
up.
on. Both of them.
Both of y'all. Step up.
Come this way.
Go ahead, watch this morning.
So
They got
Psalm
enough room
58
to
3.
come through.
And so it says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Keep going.
Their poison. It says their
Hey,
poison
but
is
look,
like.
the crazy thing is, that's what you get, nigga, for shooting up the Bible, nigga.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord came down heavy on your ass, man.
Protect your butt, nigga.
Yep.
Now you gotta go into prison. You gotta go into prison with these niggas that don't. Hey, these niggas, when you do something to a child,
You in
you go to
trouble.
jail.
Yeah.
They say it's on site for you. They say no matter what it is. If you're selling, if you a cellmate with somebody that's a pedophile, you have to do something or something will happen to you.
Yeah.
You know, that's rule. That's some jail politics. Man.
Hey, that was this teeth clicking dude. They did a documentary on him.
Yeah.
And they asked the dude, they said, why did you kill all those men, those people and shit in prison? He said, because they were all pedophiles, man.
It's like
Man.
Yeah.
You get a pedophile in jail, you get a notch, and motherfuckers are gonna respect you for
Yeah.
that.
I was like that white dude, man. He was already in prison doing life or some shit. Then they caught him on a murder charge, and they asked him, why did you kill your inmate? He said, because I found out he was a pedophile.
Yeah, that nigga finna be reading the Bible on the hug.
Michael Dorman,
Yeah, you gonna be praying
Jeffrey
to the Lord.
Dormer, the dude that killed him, I guess it was like his Sully, like that guy
Yeah,
that
the
got
black
to him.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
He beat. They said he beat him to death, man. So he beat Jeffrey Dahmer to death.
Hey, Egyptology can't save you from what's gonna happen to you. Man.
Well, you gonna be
You know.
praying.
Yeah, but
look,
you know what?
You gonna be praying.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
He gonna call on the name of Yahweh Shai too.
Yep. Jeffrey Dahmer sitting up here. You dosing niggas with drugs and shit. You knocking them out. You couldn't do that shit in jail. You ain't dosing niggas up
Oh
in
yeah,
jail.
'cause that Jay hit him upside the head with a bar bill or some shit.
He fucked Jeffrey Dahmer up, man. That was no getting away with that shit, yo. He stumped him out and he beat his ass to death.
I guess he was pretending that he was eating people in jail or faking it with his food and shit. That shit got to him, dude. Yeah, something like that went down.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was fucking with that Jake, so that's why Jake took.
Man, but these are people you're not supposed
yeah.
to. These are people you're not supposed to have in society. These are sick, twisted motherfuckers, man.
Keep 'em alive.
If he's like I couldn't even watch. My woman was watching. I'm like, I can't watch this shit. This motherfucker.
I never watched it.
Nope, neither did I.
I never even clicked on the first episode.
No,
I'm
cut
like,
that off.
I saw like my.
Fuck that.
I walked past and my woman. I'm like, what the fuck is you watching? She was like, oh, just. And I looked. I'm like, oh my. Turn this shit off.
Women get into TV shows
Yeah,
like
they
that.
get shit like that.
Like they get into shit like that. This is how you know a lot of women have that demonic spirit, that demonic. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it, man. It's just how can you sit and watch something like that, man? Man,
This is Galatians 6 and
shit, it was even hard for me to sit and listen to that book, Delectable Negro. It was hard for me to listen to that, man.
Yeah, that shit was hard. Bro.
That shit was hard to listen to. And I'm like, just push through it, man. Just listen to it. Just listen to it. It was hard to listen to that shit, man. But women, man, they just, I don't know what's in them that can allow them to find themselves interested in getting into that shit.
Hey, some of their fantasies, man, they got women got some weird ass fantasies.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. Hey, that movie, White and Gray, White, what the fuck that?
Black, 50 Shades of Black.
50 Shades of Gray, man. Women get off on that shit, man.
Hey, man, listen, man.
BDSM.
I saw that shit in the
Beating
world,
the hell out of each other.
My woman took me to go see this shit, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is? Because what it really was, the book came out first, and you had bitches in school reading the book and talking about. I'm like, what the fuck is this 50 Shades of Grey shit? Right, so we all went to go see it, and it was nothing in there but women, older women. They had the book. They was in there fantasizing, groaning, moaning, all. I'm like, what? I was uncomfortable. I was like, what the fuck? I was uncomfortable. I didn't know what it was about. I'm like, what? But this nigga had all kind of
toys and shit, strap like the black strap type shit,
hog tying bitches and all kind of shit. It was weird, man. But these bitches be into that, man. Why was there so much women in there?
Man, they into that shit. Hey, nah, let me not.
We don't want to get it cut out.
Let me not. Hey, man.
Man, these women, man, you on point, man. Go ahead with that song. Yeah, let's finish that off.
You'll be surprised what these fucking women, like shit that we as men don't think about, they think about it. They just, they'll tell you that they like too shy to tell their husbands what they want to do.
That's why that's why you're supposed to have your own woman, man.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the fuck you get these women that been with other dudes. You don't know what the fuck they was doing. Be proud of you, man. You'll find some shit. You be like, whoa, I didn't even know you got it in.
Hey, you like what? I never thought.
Yeah,
bro.
Hey, you'll be surprised. Like the brother said, you'll be surprised the type of shit that
I've seen some shit, man. I've seen some shit.
The bitch looking at you weird because you're not into it.
Hey, get into it.
Bro, I've seen some shit, man. I've seen some shit that'll traumatize you, man. I seen a bitch I was dealing with. I seen some. Oh shit! What the fuck? This nigga had her, man. I'm like, what the fuck is this picture? This nigga had her.
Man, a lot of times you gotta
something. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Man, a lot of times you gotta think, man. Like the shit what you gotta understand is that what a lot of women would do is compare you to the last dude she was with.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was doing all that shit to her, she's going to somewhat want you to do all that shit too, man.
Yep.
So like the brother said, like when she explaining something like that to you, she's looking at you weird because you don't want to do it.
And you looking at her weird like, this motherfucker did what to you?
What type of shit you was getting into?
What else didn't you do that?
Yeah, like, shit. What, you know?
Hey, that 50 Shades of Grey shit.
That show you, man.
What was I at the time watching? I don't know where the fuck I was watching it. I forget. But I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, why am I watching this shit? I'm like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, nah.
I'm like that. I knew immediately that movie was meant for women, man.
You had that bitch Janelle Monáe just come out with some shit too, where she's just freaking off and everything.
Hey, let me tell you something real quick. What's going on right now is that a lot of the black women are bringing out a lot of shit that a lot of these so-called innocent women really be wanting to do, man.
Or really did that you just don't know about.
These women like that bitch over there. You'll think that somebody like that wouldn't be into something like that. You'll be fucking surprised.
It's nasty as hell.
So many innocent looking bitches out there had
I'm
wanting
telling
me to
you.
do some of those
Weirdest
shit.
Yeah, especially Edomite woman.
Let's go to the park. You can do something there.
I'm telling you.
Bro,
Park, cemetery.
Bro, I had so
Yeah, let's go over here. Nope.
Damn, you had a cemetery?
Yeah, and drop. Whoa. Hell with that. Edomite women do that.
You want to do it in a boneyard?
You want skulls and bones.
I'm good.
My bone was a good enough bitch.
Take your ass over there.
But that's why you
Man, you can go on and go over there.
That's your damn business, man. It's gonna be pushed out there like in
But
society.
But that's why you
what
need
I'm telling
your. That's why you need your own.
That's why they put that movie out there. 50 Shades of Grey was for these women to come out the way they want to come out, man.
That's why I said the black woman is a perfect example of somebody that they're using, a nation that they're using to have a lot of these other women come out, man.
To expose them.
Because now since you got these black women coming out, they shaking their asses, their titties are all out, they showing their vaginas in the streets and shit. Guess what? Now you got other nation of women doing the same fucking thing.
They put it in the movie because women see TV as reality.
But it's also it would destroy relationships because now you got this woman expecting you to do the same shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
When you not into that weird shit.
Yeah.
I'm not about to strap you on some like
Yeah.
let me go ahead and I'm about to lynch this bitch.
She on the plan.
She wanna get this
close to death.
Fuck that.
This close, you almost there, bitch. One pull away, bitch. You was finna meet. Hey, meet the Lord.
Cause you know she be talking about choker.
This is
Shoot.
She like drop me when you start seeing me turn blue.
Yeah. My legs stop shaking. That's when you drop it. Put me in the water till the bubble stop. And then when the bubble stop, bring me back to it.
It's Rock 25.
So this ain't for me.
All wickedness is but little
to the wickedness of a woman.
Let the portion of a sin fall upon it. Because brothers is we ought to sit here and look at a movie like that and not see some depravity in it. It's wild, man. The Lord made. The scriptures tell you a woman's supposed to be shamefaced. And there's a reason why the woman's supposed to be shamefaced. That shit is in their heads, bro. That should bring shame. Like, damn, I'm having. And they think it's normal. We've been put in a society where these women think it's normal, bro.
Women are completely sexualized.
Weirdos, bro.
From the way they dress, from the way how they talk, it's being more normalized now to be a whore, man. And really, it's not supposed to be like. There's nothing more beautiful than a shameful woman, man. A woman who's feminine, who will understand the role of a woman, man. There's nothing more less attractive than a bitch who got her titties out, who been in the clinic 15 times this week, right? Who done been with 4, 5, 6, 7 niggas this month.
If you go to her house and she got a whole drawer full of Plan Bs, it might be time to leave that place, man. Because she's been going raw dog with everybody.
Yep.
But that's the poison of America, like we was just getting, man. America pushes that out. Here it is. You have Middle Eastern women who have some type of righteousness, right?
Hey, it's like what you do in your own household is supposed to be between you and your woman. Your woman shouldn't be having like thoughts of doing extra shit because she didn't watch this TV show
or read the book
or read a book, and now she want to experience the thing that she see this woman experiencing on a damn book. And then now she expected it from you, and then you turn around and you deny her the need of wanting it. Then she go find it, and she go find it from somebody else who's willing to do it, and then come home and act as if nothing has fucking happened.
Yep.
It's living in a society like this is fucked up, man. It's beyond fucked up.
Come home and make you some waffles.
26 and 8.
Like my back hurt, man.
A drunken woman in a gathering abroad causes great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. That's what these women do. Now they go on social media. They put it on social media what they're doing. They don't care. They'll go on these podcasts, these niggas on the street, and like this dude, Israel Padilla, whatever his fucking name is. He'll go on the street and ask bitches straight up, like, do you like anger? Like, what the fuck? And these bitches, I love it. They'll sit here and do shit like that.
Hey, well,
it's
on
wild, bro.
Fresh and Fit, man, they would ask them what positions do they like, man.
Yep.
Why the whole world need to
know.
know what these women position? And some of them women be having men. They be in relationships, and then they're worldwide telling people worldwide. They're telling 20,000, 30,000 people worldwide the positions that they like.
Yep.
So now he knows you're in a relationship because that's one of the first things that they ask you.
Yep.
Are you in a relationship? Now everybody knows that this nigga is putting you in that position because that's the position you like.
Well, they have a new trend where a dude will go like this and put his hand like that.
Son of a bitch.
Dude, obviously,
I left my
hard.
phone in the
When
bathroom.
she does it, he puts his hand on the throat. He had a dude in Atlanta find out his woman did this with this nigga, and he was ready to kill this nigga. He said, "Come to Atlanta, nigga." Right? But hey, these women are not covering their shame. This is Sirach 29 and 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame. Right? Those four walls, nothing that's supposed to be between the man and woman is supposed to come out of those four walls, right? But you have women going on social media, on reality TV shows. That reality TV show shit is wicked as fuck. Because here it is, a woman will look at that show and say, well, they do it.
Hey, well,
But that's
some
not
of
their
these
situation.
Some of these bitches are saying that they like porno, man. So they watch porno and then expect you to do what this nigga's doing to his woman.
Not doing it. Oh, funky bitch.
But you live in a society where it's oohing and it's spilling, the wickedness is spilling out of them. Why? Because America has made it popular. America's a whore, so the only thing it's going to produce is whores, man. And these are some of the top tier. These are whores these are some of the top tier whores.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what's being produced, man. You know, but it's going to come a time where that shit is going to be unacceptable, man. Oh, shit. And she got a hickey on her thigh. You know what I mean? So that goes to show, and then you can't even speak the truth. But bitch, if you a hoe, you a hoe.
You're a hoe, man.
Period, man. You fuck 10, 15 niggas. You a hoe, man. Period, man. Don't just live what you is, man. You know. But here it is. We get shamed for telling the truth. We telling the truth. It is what it is, man. You go in these clinics, man. It be some of the prettiest bitches, and you be like, oh, you a hoe, you a hoe. I know what you're here for.
Yeah.
You a hoe, you a hoe. Right?
Just go in there and start gagging. Just do that shit.
And they be in there with their head down
Just
like.
go in there and start doing that to them.
Hey, they be in there with their head down like, but then go out Saturday and do the same shit with a different person and another person and another person.
That's why the scriptures say they're not supposed to gather abroad, bro.
Yep.
These women need to be confined because just like the Lord confined us, He confined us to what? Wolves.
Yep.
Women are
And to
somewhat
the
like
law.
dogs, man.
But you live in a world where these women don't fear the Lord, man.
The hell no, they don't.
So
Hell
we fear the Lord.
Yeah.
So it says what? Through the fear of the Lord, we persuade men.
Yeah.
These women don't fear the Lord, man. Your woman will use scriptures against you, man.
Man,
In a heartbeat.
not knowing what the hell it means.
Just like that, she will use it against you, man. You know? And here it is, you tell her for her benefit. But yeah, she would turn around and, oh, this and that and that. I've been through that, man. So we live in a world where they fear who's in power, man. Who they can see is in power. They don't fear you or the Lord, man.
That's why you get into arguments with your woman all the damn time. Because if she have no fear of you as a man, she don't fear the Most High.
And don't let her work with a man, man. Don't let her work with a man and her so-called work husband and be mad at you the night before and then she dressed super sexy in the morning.
Oh man, there are videos right now of these women showing themselves having sex with their work husbands, man.
Yep.
And then they're labeling these niggas, I'm having sex with my work husband.
Yep. And especially if she worked 50, 60 hours a week, she see him more than she see you.
And a lot of women that's doing it are nurses.
Yep. Damn.
And then she'll go around and tell you that you can't have another one.
Yeah. She's over there getting dicked down in the nurse's office, in a coffee break room and shit.
Hey, just the fact that you have women in these days telling men that they could only have one woman
is wild.
That just shows where we at right now in history, man.
It's, Ecclesiastes 7:26, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets.
And they full of tricks, man.
Yep.
They all, bro. When it comes to deceiving, and when it comes to manipulation, a woman they'll fake cry. If you argue with your woman, man, and you really hitting her and she really wrong, the first thing she start doing is crying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guilt is a guilt cry.
Bro,
Get mad, start screaming.
my woman's nephew was at the house, right? And I tell my woman something. My woman tells me something back, and her own nephew goes, "You're a gaslighter."
Yep.
I was like, "Damn!" Out of the mouth of babes.
Yep.
Out of the mouth of death.
Out of the mouth of babes, bro. And she was all mad at him. I was like, "Yeah." I said, "It ain't gaslighting."
And the problem is that it's other men that are allowing this shit to happen.
Yeah.
These women build up that fucking ego to the moon that they think they could do this shit, man.
And they call those men beta men.
Yep.
These men, they would tell a woman that I'm fine with you doing all these things because these are the men that's trying to get some who on a normal basis can't get any. So they hype up these women to try to get some to be blunt with you, to try to get some cheeks, some pussy. And while she's so big headed, he ends up finally getting what he wants, and then he moves on.
Hey, listen, man. I had a woman. beautiful chick, man, and we was drinking one day, and she drank a little bit more than me, and she got in the room pillow talking, and she was like, man, you know why I like you so much? I'm like, why? She's like, cause you don't bend down to me. She's like, every other guy I've been with, he'll get on all fours and he'll be my little bitch, and I can walk on his back. Damn. You don't do that. But really, this truth will separate you from the average man.
Yeah.
Because the Lord will fuck you up for doing that, man. The Lord, you put your woman on the pedestal if you want to, the Lord will take her away.
Yeah,
Hey,
the Lord
going
will
to,
show you she ain't working.
Going to Proverbs 31, the scripture says, give not thy spirit unto a woman, give not thy strength unto a woman.
Right.
So you don't want to, and not that, man, these women aren't worth it, man. They're not worth it. That's why Paul said, he that is married, treat it as though you're not married. Because what's more important is this truth at the end of the day, because when the Lord start bringing his hell, your woman is going to be the last thing that's on your mind, man. When the Lord start bringing his hell, you're going to be more focused on, what did it say? It says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. So what's going to be mainly in your mind is this word, these scriptures in the Most High, and you begging the Most High to bring you out of the troubles to come.
Yeah, like the book of Eli, he kept trying to hide me.
Hey,
he
kept trying to push her ass off, man.
Leaving her and shit, he left her somewhere and she found him. You know what I mean? But that goes to show you that's the state a lot of women are gonna be in that day.
Women are a liability, man.
Yep.
Especially in the times to come. Women will be a liability. It only is gonna take her one time to scream. If she screams one time, it's a wrap for you. She's gonna give up your position.
Yeah.
She's gonna give up your position. Women will become a liability, and then they will use your woman against you. If you so wholeheartedly about your woman, they can use your woman against you. That's why you better be wholeheartedly about this truth, and you better be ready to sacrifice the things that you love the most, man.
Hey, because the scripture said that the Lord is a jealous power.
Hey, the scriptures tell you that he that loveth his wife, his mother, his sons, his daughter more than me, you're not worthy.
Not worthy. Yep.
Ecclesiasticus 33:19. It says, "Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest, and give not thy goods to another, lest it repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again."
Well, you got a lot of niggas who do that. You got a lot of niggas that go out and kill themselves,
Kill someone else,
or kill somebody else for their women, man. Scriptures talk about that. He'll go out, he'll face a lion.
There was a girl. She was after her husband, her life insurance.
Oh yeah.
She was after his life insurance.
That went in the military.
Yeah, she got with another guy, some light-skinned dude, and she sent him out after him to kill him, man.
Yeah.
And when they killed his ass, they found the police obviously found out who did it, but they did all that shit only to get locked up.
Yeah, there was another one where some dude had to fake his death because his woman wanted to kill his ass, and she had hired a hitman to kill him, so he faked his death.
And what a lot of you men need to do is shut your fucking mouth. Stop telling your woman how much money you got.
Yep.
Stop telling your woman how much life insurance is on your dumb ass.
I got $1.5 million.
I don't understand why they doing that shit. You're telling these women that you got over 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 million in life insurance, and this bitch is thinking a way to kill your ass.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, man. A lot of times the women that you are with, she really don't love you. Men, we love our women. They don't love us, man. So if she finds out that your ass is sitting on $2.5 million, if you die, she's going to think of a way to kill you, man.
And she'll justify it by throwing you a good funeral.
Yeah, fuck
It says
that.
the glory of the woman is her hair, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
ain't her man.
Yeah, because look, like I told my woman, man, because they love
Spilling out secrets and shit.
they love who you are in the moment.
Sorry if I listen, guys.
No, you good.
They love who you are in the moment,
you, bro.
They love who you are in the moment, man. I told my woman the other day we got into an argument, and I was like, man, I said, she was like, oh, I want to cuddle with you and hug you because I love you. I said, well, that's not true, because when you get mad at me, you don't want to cuddle and hug no more.
Yeah.
I said, in the midst of an argument, if somebody break into the house, I'ma still do what I gotta do to protect our lives, man.
That's how
that's
you
love.
know. That's how you know that men really love their women, and the women only love you when it benefits them. When it's in their convenience. But the minute they don't like your ass, they don't so-called love your ass. Hey, shit. What's his name? Myron on Fresh and Fit said the same damn thing. He said women don't really love you. Men, we truly love you, because a man would damn near die for his wife, man. If a dude disrespects his woman, he's gonna fight for the honor of himself and his wife.
Yeah, a woman will go out of her way to show disrespect to you in front of other people.
It is better.
This is why the scriptures tell you that love worketh no ill towards his neighbor. So when you look at a woman, how much ill has your woman really worked towards you? And at the same time, when you work ill, when you do something ill against your woman, you feel bad, you apologize, right? This is why Paul told you, man, it'd be better if you had no woman.
Hey, a woman would tell her kids that she love them and then kill them.
Yeah.
Look how long that's been going on. That's all across the damn news. So if a person say they I love you, but I damn near killed this girl, how is that showing love, man? That's not love. So if a woman would kill her own damn kids, what about you, man?
Yeah.
Who are you to her?
It is better if your woman fears you, man. Fear is, and when in that aspect, fear is greater than love.
Hey, well, the Italians lived by that method.
They'll kill it. They'll put their wife. They'll kill it.
They said
cartel niggas will too.
They said, what did he say? He said, would you rather have people love you or fear you? He said, fear you. He said, because if they fear you, they won't hurt you. But if they love you, they'll hurt you. That's going on all over America. I love you, but I didn't put 3 of my damn kids to death. That's what the dude did to his damn woman. He said, I loved her so much, she went out and cheated on me, so he killed 3 of his kids and put him to death, and put himself to death. That's love? What about the woman that said she loved her kid and put the damn baby in a damn microwave?
Or the oven.
And the one that did the oven too.
And my woman, she told me it was a guy that worked in their company. He lost his job, his insurance job, and his wife divorced him, or filed for divorce the next day after he lost the job. So he killed her, killed the kids, and killed himself.
And when a man loses his job and you don't have the finances to take care of her, but how many times you had to hear her tell you loved her? She loved you and shit. How many times she done said that in the years that she's been with you, but the minute you don't have the finances, she's out the door. She's out the door on another dude that's driving a fucking a BMW somewhere.
You need a good scene to watch is in the original 10 Commandment movie with Charleston or whatever.
Charleston White. Oh, no, it was Heston. Charleston Heston.
Right?
I don't know. It's all right, Heston.
Right, when Pharaoh was talking to the woman, she said, I will never love you. That what Pharaoh said back to her, that's what makes me fucking start putting in their minds. He said that's I don't need your love. I'm gonna own you like I own my horse, my chariot, that's how you need to address a woman, because they're never gonna love you.
Hey, honestly,
that's why the Lord never made the woman to love you. He just made the woman to help you.
No, he made the woman for your possession.
Yeah.
You need to look at the woman
as a possession.
Hey, in the true sense, you need to look at the woman like the white man looked at us in slavery, man. You need to look at her like cargo, like she's just cargo in the ship. And you're ready to use the cargo for what it's need for, and you cast that shit off and you're done with it.
This is Ecclesiasticus 36 and 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
Beginning of what?
A possession.
But if you say that to the average woman, she'd be like, I'm not a possession, I'm not a car, I'm not this, I'm not that. Well,
I told my woman yesterday, I own my car.
She'll call herself an alpha. The Lord called you a possession.
And what? You was created for the man's purpose. The man wasn't created for you, you were created for the man.
A help like unto himself and a pillar of rest.
That's what a woman is supposed to be. That's what a woman's supposed to be. She's not supposed to be out here harling it up for all these other dudes and then treating you like shit.
Let me say this. And you're getting it from men who have women.
Yeah.
We are not men who don't have women.
This ain't the He-Man woman here.
You got some men up here that got, I ain't gonna screw. But you got men, you know what I'm saying? You got men that have women. You know what I mean? So you're not getting it from no guys who ain't going up there, who ain't getting no spot, right? You're getting it from that, man, Go ahead, with that Micah 7.
No, that's...
We talking about the woman, man, so that,
the demon comes up.
This Ecclesiasticus
the Apocrypha.
It's in the Apocrypha 30.
You're gonna rebuke somebody, right?
36.
Rebuke is one.
So in the original, the Apocrypha is in the original Bible, the 1611, the first printed one before the Bible Destruction Group got a hold of it. The Apocrypha was in there with Ecclesiasticus 6.
Yeah, the Apocrypha was taken out during the 1800s, and it was taken out by the Roman Protestant Church. They took out the Apocrypha because they stated that the Apocrypha contradicted the Bible. But who are them to say that the Apocrypha contradicts the Bible?
Yeah.
Anytime you have a thought in your mind about the Bible contradicted itself, that means you don't have the understanding of the Bible. You'll find these so-called Christians who used to believe in Jesus Christ and whatnot tell you, oh, I found that the Bible contradicted itself, now I'm a damn atheist. So it just goes to show you that they didn't have the understanding. Go ahead, up.
This is from the book of Micah, chapter 7 and verse 10. And it says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it.
She is your enemy. And especially in today's times, man, she's your enemy. Right? That's why it says keep your mouth from her that lieth in that bosom.
Hey, and she's gonna be more of an enemy to you if you're trying to be righteous, bro. That's what you gotta understand. If you want to be a man that's about the Lord's business, the woman's gonna be an enemy because the scriptures say the world loveth his own. There's nobody more in the world than a woman. Bro.
I'm telling you,
Nobody is more plugged and into
the world
with the things of the world than the woman, bro. This is why when celebrity news, they own it. Right?
Women are all about the world.
All about the world.
They're all about the world. Let's use this real quick, right? You will have more men in the music industry and music industry and the movie industry talking more about the Most High than you will ever have women, man.
Yeah. Gabrielle Union. Freaked out Dwayne Wade's son.
Yeah.
Because it's not her son.
Well,
Yes,
look at
exactly.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yep.
Freaked out on her son's friend, man.
And called it an entanglement. No, that was adultery, bitch.
And
Yep.
Justified it, man. Justified it. And don't think she's wrong for it. But that's the average mindset of a woman these days.
Stephen Curry's wife. Salakia, brother. Stephen Curry's wife. She just got caught on stage.
Taking off her ring, right?
They had a dude come in there with no shirt on. And she acted like she was about to take off her ring. This nigga done won 5 championships, makes millions of dollars, and yet it gives this woman access to all of it, and she still can't show him the respect that love would bring.
She disrespected
in public.
that, man.
And that's one of the best shooters to ever play the game. You know, it's hugely famous and still
And
not loyal.
this is how you know.
It don't matter who you are, bro. She's not gonna be loyal, man.
You could be what they call a high tier man, an alpha. You could be all of this, and she will still disrespect you. That's why we said like 2 weeks ago. None of that building up your riches or all. None of that shit means nothing, man. It means nothing if these women are still gonna disrespect you anyway. It doesn't mean anything. How many of these rich top tier guys have gotten married and they women have went beside them, man? This is what happens. So it doesn't matter. Oh, what about the guy who said, man, I took my wife everywhere, man. The brother talks about, posted it a while back. I took my wife everywhere. We traveled, we did all of this. He was like, she got into an accident, left her paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah.
Right? And he said the minute I went in her phone, he said he found nude pictures of a dude in her phone, man.
When she got paralyzed, she was actually on her way to
go see him. Yep.
I got a precept. This is Mark 26, right? Ecclesiasticus 26 and 11. It says, watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Right? So it's not a strange thing. It's natural for these women to do wickedly. It's normal for them. So with you having that understanding, don't put all your eggs in this broken ass basket. Right?
Yep.
Right?
Put your eggs in that basket.
Yeah, have a good mind and hope that the Lord sustain it. But at the end of the day, this bitch is a demon. Right? Even Rachel lied to the angel, bro. I didn't laugh. Oh, yes, you did. You surely did. The angel. She lied to the angel.
Yeah, she did lie. She lied to the angel. She said, I didn't lie.
Sarah lied to the angel. Right?
Abraham's wife.
So if they're able to lie, even to angels, at their best state in the beginning, what do you think is happening now, bro?
Man.
That's Rebecca.
That's food for thought.
When Isaac was going to the throne, that's why his name slapped her.
Yeah, that was the point. That was a good point. You know, at their best, at their peak state, where they were still wicked, man. Yeah. So scripture say even some women have turned aside unto Satan, and that was, you know, what, 1,000+ years ago. How about now, man? Well, 2,000 years ago, really. How about now? Right? All of these women are, because what Solomon say, out of 1,000 women, I found none. Out of 1,000 men, I found one. So I mean, for every 1,000 men, you could come across a decent man, but for every 1,000 women, you can't come across one good one, man. You know, you got to choose the less of the greater evils when it comes to a woman. Man. Like, all right, bitch. Well, all right, you ain't all the way a hoe.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a
wicked man.
Yeah, so Lord willing us, man, if we do encounter a woman, you know, Lord throws the best of the worst.
Beautifully said.
I got a quick one. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
And that's what you see now. That's how you know scripture is on point, man. Right? Because now when you go to your job, right, and you get something like my old job, man. I had a woman supervisor, a woman manager. Man, you know how fucking hard that was, man. You know how much patience you gotta have to deal with a woman as your overseer, man, who don't do shit but usurp authority over you because for her own personal reasons.
I work in the medical field. I definitely know.
You know what I'm saying? So, you in the medical field.
Hey, I worked at a warehouse, right? It was called OmniSolve, and they changed their name to Supply Source. And the manager there was her name was Leslie. Her daughter.
That's woman. That was woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Her manager. The manager name was Leslie.
Leslie.
She put her daughter as a supervisor over me and this dude Lewis. Which Lewis, he fucked up, went to a bar and got fired, but I was still there under her daughter, Amy. And we had to transfer to a new warehouse, and I was all the way in the back of the warehouse putting orders together. She called me up to pull a box off of a shelf she was next to. That was the moment I said I would never fucking work under a woman again, and I quit. She was right next to the fucking box. She had called me to come get the box she was right next to. I couldn't fucking believe it, man. I said, I went up there and I said, you wanted this box? She was like, yeah, I need that box. I need you to put it over there.
What the fuck?
I grabbed the box, I put it on the pallet. The next day, I was like, I ain't even going in. So I didn't go into work the next day. She got mad because they needed to load up a truck. And I told her ass, I said, why don't you have somebody else load it? I'm not coming in. She was like, who are you talking to like that? And I hung up on her ass. Then I came in the morning, and she gave this girl Candace a call, and Candace was like, Amy want to speak to you. So I had Amy on the phone, and I told Amy right in front of everybody, I said I quit and I'm just waiting for my last check. I said in that moment, I said I'll never work under a woman again. Women, they when they get a power of authority, they take advantage of that shit.
They surely do.
Really, a leader is supposed to make sure everybody's good, man. That's what a leader is, man. Like I keep going back to the quote. There was a quote saying that when you go to a barbecue, the one who's on the grill is the king. That's the one who's providing for everybody, right? These motherfuckers get in a position just to bully your ass. You know what I mean? Just to
bully you. To show you I'm a woman over a man. That's what they're doing. Oh, I'm a woman now over a man, so I can tell a man what to do. You better hope that fucking man don't put you to death. You piss off the wrong motherfucker, yeah, you gonna have a turn of events, motherfucker.
Thoughts go past the mind.
Let me get this real quick. Hosea 4:13. They sacrifice upon the tops of mountains and burn incense upon the hills under oaks and poplars, and alms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredoms, and your spouses shall commit adultery, man. This is what they're doing, man. This is what's going on, man. This is why you should be more focused on your damn woman and what she's doing. Because look, the Lord already tell you more likely what she's doing, man.
Hey, listen, man.
Hey, even the Apostle Tahar said it. He said, hey, look, man, you could be, when he was making a video, he said, I could be right here, right now, making a video, and my woman could be having sex with another man right now, man.
Yep.
Apostle Tahar is like, what, 60? And he got to worry about at 60, bro. So what you think you got at fucking 23, 30 years old, 40? Bro,
You got it easy in the apostles.
you see that? That's hard, bro. That's why you don't put stock in these hoes, man. This is Jeremiah 31:22. It says, "How long will thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord had created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man." And that's why these, beautiful, bro. And that's why these women are in this position. Right? The Lord caused a new thing to come. So now these women are in these positions where they feel above you, bro. Where they think, and women misconstrue having financial freedom as having order and fucking esteem.
And then we not just talking shit, because that was another girl. She's an entrepreneur. She did an interview and said one of the genders that I would not hire is women. She said because women are hard to deal with. So we're not just up here talking shit. Yep. You got women that don't want to deal with women at the workplace.
Women don't even have women friends like that, bro.
Yep.
They sit there and say women are too much drama constantly. You talk to a woman, they'll always have male friends and say, who's better, your male friends or your female? They'll say my male friends, because they don't have drama.
Well, they be on podcasts.
They don't even like each other,
time,
bro.
She got a lot of male. She got male. She can dig down.
And not only that, but women are always at competition with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I have women where you're talking with them, and you think the homegirls, they're cool as fuck. You're watching your words. You're not going to talk shit about her friend, and then she goes on and starts yapping about how bad of a bitch her friend is, or she don't got that body, or she starts just completely talking shit, bro. But see, that's how women are, man. That's the nature of a woman.
And they best friends one day, next week they enemies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bro, I remember at work.
In 2 hours.
It's funny, man.
At work, when I used to work in mental health, bro, there was these two female co-workers that were always together. I used to tell the nigga woman, the black woman that was the friend, it was a Judite woman, a so-called black woman, and Hispanic woman, a so-called Latino. And I used to tell the Judite woman, I said, "You a fucking terrible friend. If I was her, I would not be your fucking friend." Because they went out to a concert, because she didn't like how they were conducting it. The nigga woman left her there at the concert with no way to get home, and then didn't pick up the phone. And I was like, bro, you should get away from her. And then this woman's boyfriend broke up with her, and I was like, I wonder why. Right? These women are broken, bro. They're broken, and that's why you don't put. If you get a broken car, are you gonna go sit in that bitch every day like you sit in a working car? No, you leave that bitch there until it's fixed. And until that woman shows that she's being fixed, then deal with her. Outside of that, operate in the spirit to know that, hey, the Lord created these women wicked, but deal with them like they're wicked.
Hey, a woman, if she does come to your life, she bring rest, like we read about, right? Like, where the fuck you want to add more problems to your walk, man?
I'm telling you.
That's already bad. I got
life's already hard.
And when you have a woman, man, you're supposed to have rest. You're supposed to be able to go to work. Work. You at work, you already have a hard time at work. You're already stressed out. You gotta drive on these roads that people don't know how to drive and shit. They're driving all reckless and ridiculous. You gotta do these jobs. You gotta drop off packages. Whatever you have to do as a man. Then you go home. You gotta put up with hell. That's madness, man. That's madness.
And the scripture said it's better to dwell alone than to dwell with a ravenous woman or something to that effect.
Said I would rather dwell with a dragon than
on a rooftop.
On the rooftop, yep.
This is First Ezra 4:25. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
This is why we talk about it, because it's not a light thing, man. How much majority of these niggas are dead or in jail behind a woman, right? So we talk about it, man, and the reason why, because when you come into this truth, you understand who your enemy is. You understand how to deal with the enemy, man. And that woman is your enemy in today's world, man.
And doesn't the scripture say, "She that is my enemy shall see it"?
Michael
Hey,
17.
you had a woman. She was recording her man, and he didn't have a job. She was pissed off. She told the dude, she was like, "I don't care what you go do, just go make some money. I don't care if you gotta rob a damn store." She told this man, "I don't care if you gotta rob a store to make some money, man." What type of shit to tell that to a man?
Bro.
Hey, Job's woman, what did he tell him? What did his woman tell her? Die.
Yeah, curse God and die. Yep.
She said, "Curse the Most High."
Lot's wife.
Yep.
That's the prime example.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She looked back.
She looked back
at a wicked ass society, a wicked ass dwelling, right? She looked back at it. What you think she was looking back at? The things that they had.
Yep.
Right? The world at that time, man. And what she got judgment. Right then and there, man. Go ahead.
1 Esdras 4:26. Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and became servants for their sakes.
And you see that on today's basis, man.
Servants.
How many niggas have became
Servants.
servants behind subject to a woman? A majority of these guys are. Man.
Hey, when you get married, bro,
Man.
part of bending the knee, what does that do?
It's a servitude.
Yeah,
It's
service.
a
That's
sign
like
of
you-
servitude, bro.
Remember how do they bow to kings? They bow to kings the same way you bow to a woman when you're giving her a ring.
That's
So
not-
you're serving yourself up to a woman. You're not supposed to do that.
That's not an Israelite custom. That's not, and those Nigerians know that too, man.
Yeah.
Because you had a Nigerian guy, he was like, "Bitch, you bow to me." And Levi know that too. He's like, "You bow down to me."
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
bow-
he was like, hey, he tell her, he grabbed her hand and shit, and he said, yeah, you asked me to marry you.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be, man. You know. Go ahead, some more.
When you go into the word woman, it means servant.
Servant.
She's a female servant, so she's supposed to serve you. You're not supposed to bow to. Where does bow to knee shit come from?
Hey,
Wait, and then you got
Rome,
these-
that's what-
you got like if I'm going to walk in the store or some shit like that, I'll see dudes opening car doors for women. I'm like, bro, you only making her feel like she's over you.
Yeah, but my girl tries to get me to do that. I'm like,
Nah.
Yeah, like what's wrong with your hands?
As soon as
Open the
that
door.
falls off,
Shit.
I'll do it.
You
Yeah.
gotta bring them down to a workable level, bro. And you fucking doing all this extra shit, you're getting their ego more bloated, and the world basically set up to get these women's egos up here, man.
Women are now becoming men. Women are now masculine, man.
They taking testosterone and all that.
135 pounds. Can't open a jar by themselves, but somehow they telling you every day to fucking do it.
Hey, Ray.
You gotta be out your mouth.
You can't
Oh,
open a jar
your
by
rabbit
your
ass
mouth,
mind.
but you gonna tell me.
1 Esdras 4:27. Many also have perished, have erred and sinned
It says
for
many
women.
have perished, have erred, and have sinned for women.
But
man.
shit, look at our king, man, Solomon.
Solomon, yeah.
Man,
Yep.
Solomon himself. You go back to the beginning, the book of Genesis, Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve, yep.
Because Adam took that subservient role and did whatever his woman said in the moment. What did he do? He went against the Lord, took part of that fruit, and now what? Now we all out here going off and dying. What? He said by the sweat of thy
Like
brow.
brow
thou
shall
shalt
live.
live. Now everybody got to work.
You heard we all.
Yeah,
Right?
till we heard, we all
And that's
died.
exactly why a woman goes to birth pains, because it said in in pain and like conception shall I bring forth children. That's why the woman has that curse now.
You've been a servant unto something that bleeds.
Hey.
And
Liz.
when
Yeah.
she bleeds, she ain't supposed to be. You supposed to put her out.
Yep.
She's unclean.
Ain't no laying with your woman while she's on her period. That's against the scriptures.
It says you would be cast out among you from your people if you did that.
Yep.
You know. Go ahead. Wait till you finish this.
I already finished it.
I got you.
all right, this is from the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 24, and it says, "Of the woman came the beginning of sin."
Came in the beginning of what?
Of sin, which is the transgression of the law.
Law, yep.
It says, "And through her we all die."
And you bowing down to this. You're bowing down and you're taking a ring and saying, "Will you marry me?" You're being servant
Yep.
unto a woman for her sake. Hey, I ran into a dude that's a part of my woman's family, and I asked him, why did he get married? And he said, because my woman wanted to be married.
Dang.
I said, wow.
Why do you think she wants to be married, man? Because the system is designed for her, man. You rarely see a man come out on top at the end of a divorce, man. You rarely see that.
Men fall hard after divorces.
You know? Go ahead and tell us about.
This is 1 Timothy 2 and verse 14. Actually, I'll start at 13. It says, "For Adam was first formed, then Eve."
Yeah.
And verse 14 says, "And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression."
You see, Adam, men are built to be upright. The scriptures tell you the Lord made man to be upright,
Yep.
but they sought out many inventions, right? The man was made to be upright, but the woman right? From the beginning, the scriptures tell you
Made from man.
in the beginning it was paradise. They lived in paradise, and she was in paradise, and she said, "Not enough." Stop bowing down to something like that, bro.
Because no matter
That
what you
you
do,
can-
it's not gonna be enough.
That's why you can be in your house and you and your woman can have a beautiful day.
I know
Y'all
God
chill,
said no, not
watch
to do it.
movies, eat, go out somewhere. Everything's cool. And at the end of the
another
day,
problem.
what the fuck?
Yep.
Something comes up. That because they're not geared towards peace and order. Right?
Oh,
This
at
is
all, man.
this is
At all.
Proverbs 30:10. It says, "Who can find a virtuous woman?
Nobody.
For her price is far above rubies.
I ain't found one yet.
The heart of her husband does safely trust in her." Do you have a woman like? I don't got a woman like
And you
that.
know what, man? It's funny to me when I run into guys who's like, yeah, man, you know, I love my woman, man. Hey, man, she give me this and we do this. And then later on in life, he's like, man, fuck that bitch, man. I'm tired of that bitch, man. It's like, damn, nigga, did you just a couple years back, you was talking about how much you loved her. And shit.
I wish I never would have married her.
Now he's like, man, fuck this motherfucker, bitch. I was
Why did I marry her? Why did you? Then he looking at his friend. Why didn't you stand up and object when he said it?
Right.
Hey, well, that heartbreaker is like the greatest teacher.
Hey,
man.
man, that shit
Yep.
is funny, man.
It says
People
you start,
reveal some shit to you.
you start accomplishing all kind of shit after a heartbreak.
Tell me.
Motherfuckers they get buff,
Yeah.
they get money, you know, get the best car you ever had in your life, all
All that.
kind of shit.
What's that?
Says-
What's that? What did you say? Heartbreak?
Heartbreak.
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 No, heartbreak, yeah.
It says Proverbs 31:11. The heart of her husband does safely trust in her. This is a virtuous woman, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Right? Why? You know, see? It says she will do him good and not evil all the days of his life. So, how many of us have women that have done us evil? Because these women are not virtuous.
You are not the father.
You see?
Mhm.
The whole that nigga
Oh,
made
man.
You are
millions.
not the father.
That nigga made millions off of people going willingly on the women going willingly on the show, knowing damn well
It ain't
that
yours.
She slept with a bunch of
And then
niggas.
she run off like she innocent.
Crying.
Like she
Hey,
complains.
she's literally sitting there talking about some. He's the father.
Yeah.
I know he's the
And
father.
the nigga on the stage doing the cabbage patch and shit.
Nigga hit a backflip. Woo.
Yeah.
Dodge that bullet.
Fuck that kid. Yeah, fuck that kid.
Hey, this
Yeah,
dude,
look
man,
at
I watched this video, man. This dude, he was like, man, because his woman kept saying he was the father, man. He was the father. He said, oh, yeah, you said I'm the father? He said, so you slept with no other man. No other man. She was like, no, I never slept with nobody but you. He was like, then read this paper. So he gave her a paper. She looked at that shit. She said, fuck that paper. Hey, he was found not to be the father, man.
Because you got to think, man, look, truth doesn't matter to a woman, it matters how she feels.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she would justify, even if you tell her the truth, she would justify it on how she feels.
Hey, the Book of Kings, 6th chapter. Right? You shall slay my son today and eat him. Tomorrow you shall slay your son today.
Oh, what
Right?
about that dude
Yeah.
whose wife stepped out on him because she said, you're never at home, so I stepped out on you and got pregnant.
Yeah.
And he was like, then what I'm supposed to do? She said, the least you could do is take care of the baby.
Wow, man.
No, you got this is Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman.
She wipeth her
eateth
mouth.
and wipeth her mouth
And said
and
she has
saith, I have done no wickedness.
Just read this earlier.
I sent that video out to brothers.
What was that?
She went out to a gas
Proverbs
station to
30.
meet up with her ex-boyfriend, and she called it's something that's called cream pie. So cream pie is when a girl meet up with a boyfriend, they have sexual intercourse, he comes in her, then she goes home to her boyfriend and he eats her out, not knowing
man.
that she was just cream pie. That shit went viral.
Yeah.
When she said that, man.
I seen another one where she was saying that she was with her side dude and she was giving him a blowjob, and right after 30 minutes home, she goes home and the first thing she does
Just
because
kiss him and shit. Yeah.
tongue kiss too, you know what I mean?
All right, man. This is
26 and 22.
Yep. This is,
God.
Sirach 26 and verse
Say
22.
kissing your daughter got dick on your mouth.
She'll go kiss her children and shit too, you know?
The Migos said that.
Mm-hmm.
Sirach 26 and 22, and it says, and harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
Yeah, spittle, man.
Mm-hmm.
Spittle. But look, the majority of these women now are harlots, man. They are. In America, they are, man. Go ahead.
It says, but
They get that. She does shit shameless. She be kind of a dog.
it says, but a
I was
married
looking for
woman is
Ecclesiasticus.
is a tower against death to her husband.
Hey, how many of these women have really been a tower of death against you, man? These
Yeah, a
women
lot.
set men up.
And a lot of you men are dying early, man. You're dying soon. You had a dude who died. That shit went viral. It was all on the news. His girlfriend set him up to be robbed, and they were only supposed to rob the dude. They end up lighting the whole car up and killing him in the process, of course.
Hey, that's why they did a study, bro, that basically men that have one partner or that
And
don't
Doc,
share
I was just about to say that it's a scientific
got it.
fact that if you have one woman, you died earlier because all the hell she put on you guys.
Yeah.
If you have multiple women, which in the scriptures you're able to have multiple women,
Yep.
right? As long as those women don't have men, right? You live longer, man. It's peace.
Yeah.
It's peace. Think about these older Jakes, man. They be having multiple women and all that. They be living to 80,
be
70,
happy.
they be happy and shit.
Hey, 'cause
And
you know
a
what?
lot of them don't even look their age.
Right.
You know what? The scriptures tell you that the woman is the weaker vessel, but somehow women have a longer life expectancy than the stronger vessel, which is the man. Because that order is out of whack, man. A man always had more women because he was able to sit here and manage himself with those women, right? And he brought forth an entire livelihood out of his children and built up stuff with those women. But now men are dying earlier because they got to deal with the hell of one woman without going to that other woman because she know damn well, if I fuck up with him, he gonna go over there with her and I ain't gonna see him for a minute.
My man Denzel on that movie Fences, bro. You know, he had that little other one because I won't give him
Here the
the
baby,
peace
baby.
of mind, you know?
Here's the baby.
This is Sirach 26. Sirach 26 and 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a
Okay,
dog.
so the Lord is calling
Bitch.
women bitches, man.
Yep.
He said the same shame. What is the meaning of dog? Bitch.
Bitch.
Female dog. Bitch. And he said a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Man. These women are shameless, man. They don't give a damn as long as it piques their interest, as long as it's convenient to them. They don't give a damn about what you think.
Let me tell you,
They don't give a damn about what you want them to do. If you try to tell a woman, if you got a woman and she's going to a club or she partying or doing any of those things, man, and you try to tell her not to do those things, yeah, you're gonna have a bad night.
Hey, look, let me tell you how cold it gets, man, with these women, especially in my generation. They'll tell you that you can't have another woman, but that's the rule she got for you. It's a man out there who she don't give a fuck if he has another woman or not.
Right.
Yep.
Right?
She's getting digged down by him.
It does. She don't give a. But those are rules for you, not for him. So they subject rules on whatever dude that they with, man.
Yeah.
Make them a person.
And
Yeah,
they would tell you that.
Mhm.
They would get into these podcasts and tell you those things.
Well, he was
They would get with, like the brother said, they would get with a certain dude, and he's gonna be dicking her down, and he's gonna be dicking all these other girls down. But you, not for you. You can't be out there messing with other girls.
right.
It says, but
Well,
she
now-
that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. And these women are not shamefaced. They don't fear the Lord.
There's a lot of
They
them
don't
don't
care
even
about
believe
what
in
the Lord says. You can tell a woman right now. You go to a woman and a woman that sit here and say she believes in God so much.
Walked up on her.
So did.
Walked up on her.
So
Good
did.
job, brother.
Yep.
Keep walking.
Keep walking.
Keep doing it, man.
Yeah.
Cast that thing away.
He's like, fuck all
Make
right.
it chase. But
Left her ass behind.
for real,
He sure did. He was just, he pimp stepped it over.
He said, I'm trying to leave this bitch. I'm in a,
She
he
said
said,
that
I'm in a
probably-
speedway.
she complaining right now about the shoes, and he probably told her wear a
Not to
different
worry.
pair.
Yeah, not to worry.
Right?
Motherfucker. No, she really mad. She got her own dress.
Yeah. Well, that's what she should do. What the fuck? Put it on, huh?
Homie got that walk like, yeah.
Yeah, he sure did. He got that walk like,
See
yeah.
what you want to pick up right now.
You
You
just
got another
clean
vision.
shit, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. But hey, the scriptures tell you that a woman is supposed to be shamefaced. So if your woman is sitting there acting proud, she really don't fear the Lord. You can tell a woman right now that the scriptures tell you that a woman is supposed to be subject unto her own husband. It's in the New Testament.
She will
And the
not.
most Christian, church-going mofo will come out and say, well, find a woman like that then.
Hey,
Nigga, you
hey,
supposed to
man.
make yourself like that.
Hey, the worst women to be with is Christian women, man. Them the worst to be with, man. Hey, you go ahead and pull out a Bible scripture about how women's supposed to be in order and why she
And be
shut that shit
silent.
down.
And she
Mm-hmm.
got more respect for her pastor than you,
Yeah.
Yep.
and that's off. Because it says if the woman learns anything, let it be at home,
At home with
with
her
her
husband.
man.
Yeah.
Her own husband.
Try to bring the husband to consult with the pastor and shit.
Oh, I need you to talk to my pastor. Look, I got my. You don't even know the pastor is at the front door.
Yeah.
He just waiting for the signal and shit.
If you men out there that's still stuck in that church shit with your woman, if your woman try to bring you in counsel with that pastor, you tell him to shut the fuck up and mind his own business.
Hey, no,
That's
what
your house.
you do, man, is you tell him to shut the fuck up and get away, and then you pack her bags and throw the motherfuckers out
I
too.
saw you on Friday, right, with the Miss Jackson, wherever it was.
Miss
You know,
Johnson.
the pastor coming up in there.
The Bernie Mac came up over there.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Johnson. In all these black, shows and movies and all that, it always tells you, it shows you that the pastor be freaking off. On these married women, man. And their daughters and all that.
But it also proves that the church is a joke.
Yeah. Well, it's a harlot house. Man.
Yeah, it's a joke.
And they
Harlot
do it
house.
in the name of Jesus. He had a pastor telling this woman to put these prayer panties on. Man, I saw a video.
Hell no.
What the hell?
He said I dipped it with some holy water.
Yeah, put these prayer panties on. And a lot of these women, man, in these churches be committing adultery, man.
I don't understand how people can't see how these churches are lies. I just don't see how you can't see it.
Yep.
Especially when they telling you to put $2,000 in the tithes.
I played around one more
Sometimes I
time.
played around. Give me that 2,000.
One more time.
Jeremiah
That
5
nigga come up
7
missing.
says, how shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me, and have sworn by them that are no gods. When I fed them to the full, they committed adultery, and assembled themselves by troops in harlots' houses. And that's in churches, man.
Yep.
By troops. How does the service go? Does everybody go at one time? No. They come in brackets. This is 6:30 to 7:30. This is 7:15 to 7:45 service. They always break it up like that. You go in there by troops and you assemble in that harlot house, because all them women are free, especially the church women. They're all freaking out from stuff. When I started becoming of the age to understand what was going on in the church, I never knew not one woman in that church that wasn't going after somebody else.
You start finding out that your
Is that
to be saved, but it has been took for granted. It has been taken for granted. Repent and come back to Jesus Christ today.
Jesus ain't saving nobody.
My man, you got any questions over there?
Con.
Drive by pastors.
Really trying to get into like somewhat of a dispute about what you guys were saying, but
Dispute
I grew
about
up as a Christian.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Some
saying.
of us did too.
Yeah, I grew up as
Yep.
a Christian, but like how I hear you talking about the church and the hearts and facts, 100%. That's I can't
15.
say that.
15%
I
says
can't
that we
even
are
like
right.
question what
Because we
you're
got
saying.
that much time left.
It's facts. You know what I mean?
Just about to say.
And even like
But it's
Just turn the battery on.
like
it's almost time anyway. It's 7:22. Okay. Well, so
there's nothing that I hear so far that I can dispute. Facts.
the water, good looking
Right
out.
here,
No crisp, ain't got a little crisp.
And that's what I'm doing.
I got a quick precept, if I may. This is Luke 21:15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Because you said that you were going to come to a dispute, and you know what I mean? You're kind of agreeing with everything we're saying, right? Hey, the wisdom is the Lord.
That's one thing about the truth, though. That's why we said we got 100% truth. Because it's a question you can ask and you can answer. When you go in your churches, you can't. Your pastor bring out 2 scriptures and make a motivational speech of it, just to get you to come back.
And it's funny that you said about like like your wife or someone always wants you to talk to the pastors. But after I did 12.5 years, I came out. So my cousin, she's like, I hold a lot in. You know what I mean? I need to talk to my pastor. And I don't like sharing nothing with nobody. I'd rather keep it in and deal with it that way. So I end up talking to my pastor. You say like you the pastor, I talk to you. Next week later, I heard what I told you coming out of his mouth.
Dang.
Hey, the scriptures tell you it's supposed to be a revealer of a
And after
secret.
that, it was a wrap. I was done with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I never put my trust. I never put my trust in you know what I mean, in human beings, regardless. Because we all have a name, and that's how you know what I'm saying.
Hey, the scripture says, "Go not about being a talebearer, man."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be. If you tell somebody something in secret,
that's supposed to just be between you and that person you tell. They're not supposed to go around telling everybody. That's crazy. See, people, man, they come against the scriptures, man. You know, that's coming against the Most High. Because you're telling a man secrets, man. Like this is his secrets, and now everybody knows because you went out there. That's
a shame for a man to be a talebearer.
This is Titus 1:9, one of which you had said earlier. It says, holding fast the faithful word as he had been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayer. Like you're saying, hey, but it was sound doctrine that you got that convinced you.
Exactly.
You see? But this is going into that tattle-telling nigga. This is
snitch himself.
Sirach, Ecclesiastes 41:23. Or of you know what, I gotta start up. This 22:21, it says, and to turn away the face from thy kinsman, or to take away the portion, or a gift, or to take upon a man's wife, or to be a busybody, or to be over busy with his maid, and come not near her bed, for it says, or of upbraiding speeches before friends, and after thou hast given, upbraid not, or of uttering and speaking again that which thou hast heard, and of revealing secrets.
Look at that.
You see, so shalt thou be truly shamefaced and find favor before all men. So that like you fell out of touch with that shit because what they revealed the secret.
This is Ecclesiasticus 27:16. Whoso discovereth secrets loses his credit, and shall never find.
See, they lost credit with you. They lost credit with you because they went spilling out all your secrets, and now everybody knows what you told him.
And the crazy thing about it is like when you know, my cousin, she passed now, but it's crazy, like when I told her that, she really like tried to like argue me down like I was in the wrong. Like, are you serious? Like,
that's what you get out of
how
women.
you trying to flip that on me? You know what I mean?
Women don't know how to take accountability for nothing, man. Accountability is X'd out when it comes to women, man. It says they never want to be at fault at nothing.
It says, and shall never find friend to his mind. Love thy friend and be faithful unto him. But if thou betrayest his secrets, follow no more after him.
That's what I'm at right now. That's exactly what I'm at right now.
Cut him off.
You say your brother's an Israelite as well?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? You believe that you're Israelite or?
Facts.
Okay.
Facts. I even follow, I even follow, like I had friends, I had my friends when my sister passed away. I think somewhere in the Israelite, they you know, when my sister passed, I cut them. You know what I mean? And I think somewhere where it says like if it's family or close knit family or whatever,
you shave your hair.
Shed your, you know, shed your mane and let it grow back.
Well, having dreads and dreadlock, that's not even what the scripture is. When you go back to the practice of dreads, it goes back to Hindu customs where they're called Shiva Jairas. So Israel didn't have that because in the New Testament it tells you
we have lots.
Doesn't nature itself teach you that having long hair is a shame for a man?
Yep.
So you can get your hair braided. You can have some hair on your head, but dreading them up and all that stuff, trying to grow the longest, that's not scriptural.
I used to have dreads too before I came into this thing, man. And I can tell you what you know, they're nasty. I mean, they're hard to clean. You can't really clean them. We're clean people. With braids, when you lock down your fro, that's what you're doing. You're locking it down. You can unlock it and wash your hair and get all the gunk and shit out. You know what I mean? With dreads, it's matted together and it's nasty. We're not a nasty people.
Even the priest had to wash before we went into the temple.
Right.
If you couldn't wash your hair, you couldn't be a priest. And we were supposed to be a nation of kings and priests. So we couldn't have dreads, man. I know like a lot of Israelites want to keep on to that stuff. That's fine. It's good for them, but we don't get the scriptures like it says.
Did you have any questions though? Or anything you was listening?
Like, do you guys just come here or do you
So we're here every Saturday at 4.
But we put up videos daily. Like everybody in the camp, they try to put out videos daily.
And where would I get that on YouTube? Like,
You want to give them the page?
Yeah.
I got it, bro.
You got it.
See, man.
Where we stopped at?
Huh?
Where we stopped at?
We was talking about, I'll get some more scripture though. Let's get that, let's go back to Habakkuk 2. Let's finish off that last verse. I think it was 7. Let's finish off Psalms 58 and 3. And then let's get,
So it's GMS.
where we going to? Oh, 7:30.
7:30.
you say have
QA.
Yeah, it's 7. Hey, real quick, because it's 7:30. Before we end it, let me get a Psalms 119 and 1.
Psalms chapter 119 and verse 1.
And
it's
somebody
a-
brought me Isaiah 30 and 10.
Isaiah 30 and 10.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so this is Psalms chapter 119 verse 1, and so it says on the left, blessed. It says blessed are the undefiled in the way,
So the scripture says, "Blessed are the undefiled in the way," man. Right? Keep going.
who walk in the law of
Who
Yahweh,
what?
who walk in the law of the Lord.
Right, but who does what they want to do? Right? No. So the scripture says, "Who walk in the laws of Yahweh." So you got to be walking in the law of Yahweh Shema Shah. You got to be right with the Lord, because if you're not right with the Lord, then who are you right with? Wickedness, man. Right. So if you're right with wickedness, then the only thing that you're going to get out of that is death. Romans 6 and 23, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2, it says, blessed are they that keep his testimonies.
Blessed are they that what?
Keep his testimonies.
And so it says to keep his testimonies, man. So the Lord, when the Lord gave us law, statutes, commandments, it's to show that we was different than the other nations. It was to show our wisdom in the midst of nations. Now you got our people doing whatever the hell they want to do because they're following the customs of other nations. So what our people need to do is repent and come out of that and come back to the laws of the Lord and walk in his ways. Go ahead.
It says,
Somebody give me Romans 6 and 23 real quick.
it says, I'm going to just go back from the top. It says, blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart.
Right,
so that
but everybody who believe that they're blessed because they got riches, they got big houses and nice cars, jewelry and all of that. But the ones that truly gonna be blessed is those that do the will of the Father, man.
Right.
Those are the ones that's truly gonna be blessed. Those are the ones that's gonna have what? The true riches, man, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, like it tells you in Romans 33 and 11, right? Go ahead.
The woman that tried to tell Yahweh Shai said, blessed are the paps that obeyed you. He said, no, rather blessed are those that do my Father's will.
Yep.
Because
Go ahead.
verse 3, it says, they also do no iniquity, they walk in his ways.
They walk in who ways?
In his ways.
Their
the Lord's
own ways, Ak. Their own ways. They don't walk in their own ways. They walk in the Lord ways, man. That means what? You don't walk in a way to become defiled, man, with the things of the world. These people love the world, man. They're not paying attention to the Most High. They're not paying attention to his prophets. And by that, they're going to be destroyed. Let me get Acts 3 and 23 real quick, all right? Because look, man, you got to take heed to this word. If you're not taking heed to this word, then you're taking heed to the world, man. So you're more focused on doing the things that you want to do in the world, and the Lord is about to bring judgment, man. The Lord is about to bring great death on the earth. So the Lord said, what, man? Blessed are they that walk in my ways, that do my works, that keep my commandments. Go ahead with that.
Acts 3 and 23. And it shall come to pass that every soul which will not hear that prophet.
So if you're not hearing us out here, we're giving you the warning, right? This is the warning from the Lord. The Lord said, repent ye, man. Come back unto me. Keep my ways. Or what? I'm going to destroy this place. I'm going to destroy you right along with it. The Lord said, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. We went into this 2 weeks ago. The Lord is sharpening that sword. He's getting it ready to lay slaughter to a lot of people, man. Go ahead.
It says, and it shall come to pass that every soul which will not hear that prophet shall be destroyed from among the people.
Shall be what?
Shall be destroyed from among the people.
You're going to be destroyed, man. So if you're not taking heed to the words of the Lord by the mouths of the prophets, then you will be destroyed.
That's right.
So we're telling you, man,
come out of the way of this world. This world ain't nothing but death, man.
Yeah.
The scriptures tell you in Psalms 23, this is the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah.
These people ain't doing nothing but they're making covenants with death because they looking forward into the things that this world is gonna give them, man. You looking into things that's about to perish. You're not gonna have the kingdom of heaven here on earth right next to America.
Yep.
It's not gonna happen, man. That which is sown in a world that's full of wickedness is gonna be destroyed. In order for the Lord to bring the righteous kingdom, in order for the Lord to bring the kingdom for his people, man, so his people can rule in righteousness. Does this world look like it's being ruled by righteous?
Nope.
By the righteous? No. This world is being ruled by the wicked, man. And the Lord is going to show his power just like he showed the power during the time of Pharaoh in Egypt. He destroyed that kingdom. He's going to destroy this kingdom, which is a great kingdom, they say, right? Go ahead.
I have Isaiah 30.
Bring out that Romans.
Romans 6:23. For the wages of sin is death.
The wages of sin is what?
Death.
What is sin? 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. The transgression of the law. So if you're transgressing the laws, the only thing you got to look forward to is death.
Yep.
You might think, oh, you know, I'm still living. I committed adultery. I worshiped other idols. I'm doing all these things. I'm still living. What that means? Because the Lord is prolonging your life only to destroy you, man.
Hey, bro, says,
That's in the book of Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, man.
I got it.
He said, go ahead.
So, Ecclesiastes 8:12 says, though a sinner do evil 100 times.
So though a sinner do evil 100 times, so though you doing all of this wickedness in your life, go ahead.
It says, and his days be prolonged.
And his days be prolonged, so your days are being prolonged. I haven't got destroyed for these things yet. My destruction haven't come expediently. Go ahead.
It says, yet surely I know that it shall be well with him that fear the Lord, which fear before him.
Right?
It says, but it shall not be well with the wicked.
But it shall not be well with the wicked, because if you go into Job, the Lord said what? The wicked are reserved for the day of destruction. Go ahead.
Neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feared not the Most High.
So there you go, man. Because the Lord said what? When you go into Psalms 101, he said, I shall early destroy the wicked, man. Go ahead.
Back in that Psalms?
Yeah.
Psalms chapter 119, verse
Still
4.
holding Isaiah 30 and 10.
It
I
says,
got it. Oh, you got it.
It says, thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently.
It says, thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently, man. So that the Lord tell you not to eat abominable foods, don't eat them, man. There's no prophet or an apostle in the Bible that tell you it's okay to eat shrimp, man. Why would you want to eat a sea roach anyway? You will eat a sea roach, but you won't eat human meat. You won't drink blood, but you'll eat a damn sea roach. You might as well pick up the roach out of your damn house, or go inside of a damn sewer and pick up that roach and eat it.
There's some sweet sour on it. Go to town.
But because it looks too ugly, you're not gonna eat it, huh? Shit, shrimp look ugly too.
Just call it cereal box.
Right.
Cereal box. But at least though he was eating.
He was eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hey,
Yeah.
no wonder why that shit was just cracking in his mouth, right?
That
Go
Honey
ahead.
Bunches of Oat has some more protein in it.
Verse 5 says,
You got a little bit of that little nasty blood in your mouth, don't you? Go ahead.
it says, oh that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes, then shall I not be ashamed when I have respect to all thy commandments.
Right, so we're not gonna be ashamed, man, because we have respect for the commandments of the Most High. We're gonna rehearse the righteous acts, like I tell you in Judges 5 and 11. We're not just gonna be out here like the rest of these people, man, just wandering around doing whatever the hell you want to do. That's not what the Lord told us to do. The Lord said, "This is the way, walk ye in it." Get it, Isaiah 30 and 10.
It's Isaiah 30 verse 10. It says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets prophesy not. Unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. It says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
Right.
Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression.
Right, they despise His word and trust in oppression. They're not dealing with the Most High, man.
They would rather do rap battles, man. Rather do YouTube videos and podcasts. This is what they would rather do. Instead of walking in righteousness, they would rather fulfill their own lust, man. Go ahead.
In perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
Go on.
It says, and he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessels that is broken in pieces.
Right.
He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it assured to take fire from the hearth, or to take water withal out of the pit. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel.
Right.
In returning, in rest shall ye be saved, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not. It says, but ye said no, for we flee upon horses, therefore shall ye flee, and we will ride upon the swift, therefore shall they that pursue you be swift.
And this is what happens when our people go off. This is what happens when you break the laws of the Most High. This is what happens when you do whatever the hell you want to do. The Lord does what? He brings the enemy upon you. He brings the other nations to put your ass in captivity, man. This is why the scriptures tell you to keep his law. Bless our those that keep my laws, that keep my ways. Jump down to 20, and then we're going to end it on
Isaiah
that.
30 and 20 says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left.
So you want to walk in this, man. This is the way to walk, not in the way of the world, man. The way of the world is only going to further destroy you. So walk in the ways of the Lord. But other than that, we're going to say Barakatah Yahweh.
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 Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.